comrades, today is August 10, 2026, and the current time is 1918. For the ongoing health of all comrades, all hotel accommodation requests at hotels rated 2 stars or under will be automatically declined, and all comrades will be required to book 3-star or higher accommodations moving forward. That concludes today's announcements.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Oh shoot, I forgot to turn the thing on. Okay, I knew I was forgetting something. Give me 1 second. Let me do this real fast. Anyways, comrades, how are all of you doing today? I am mostly okay, although I feel like I might have a slight cold oncoming. I'm not exactly sure how that came to be, but I have started coughing today, and that's probably not a good sign of anything that's bound to happen in the near future. I don't control the weather, but apparently it has been deemed that I must start coughing, and that's probably not a good thing. So yeah, a little ominous, one would say, I think, but I should hopefully be okay, but we'll see. Anyways, good evening, comrades. How are all of you doing? Whoa, look at this. Rimworld. Also, don't kill me off. I'm not dead yet. I'm very much alive. It's only been just like once. I was only gone for like basically a week. Okay, I guess I can put this on. Okay. I was only gone for a week last week because I was super busy and I got sick and all sorts of other fun things that were not really fun, but I had no choice but to deal with. So we're back and we're alive, and isn't that just a wonderful thing? I can put the mustache on too. Yeah, I am the favorite cat girl VTuber. Am I a cat girl now? Is this what happened? When did this happen? I'll put on the mustache real fast because it's been so long. I'm trying to remember how to do all the things that I normally do on this. Also, how are you doing, Kahila, and Havel, and Ziryu, and Zeoposer, and Akabi, and Skylit, and Sun, and I think I said Ziryu, and Ray. Congrats to Ray for being first. I posted it on Discord earlier, but apparently Ray's wiggle emote is like the #1 most used emote on this channel, which is so funny to me because like it's not even my own emotes. No, it's just Ray. I'm like, okay. Oh, you want big face too? Okay, let's see if I can pin this correctly. Well, howdy there. Wow, look at this. You can't even see my mouth moving that much. Ain't that crazy? You had a rough week last week? I'm so sorry that I couldn't be around to provide you generic entertainment while you were suffering. But it's good. Hopefully you're doing a lot better this week. For those who were out of the loop, I went to visit Canada last week. And on top of that, I was... Oh my god, my TPS is so bad. On top of that, I was sick for the first half of the week, and so I couldn't stream at all. I was basically completely unavailable to stream, and I had managed to recover somehow enough to stream on Wednesday, and Thursday, unfortunately, I couldn't stream at all because I had to go travel to Canada. So usually when those things align up like that, I cannot stream, and there's very little I can do much about that. That's just how my schedule typically pans out, and it's a little unfortunate, but that's just how it be. We have so many pawns. I gotta find a way to like make the game run faster again at some point. Indigestion could... Oh, you know what Ray keeps telling me, if that ever happens, drink prune juice. Or I hear people have been going all about some magnesium citrate drink that apparently will make you evacuate your insides, which may or may not be what you're looking to do, but if it is, that is an option that you may want to consider as well, even though it sounds a little cursed. So I'm just saying options exist, just maybe not the options that you want. Oh, you did all that. Okay. You did mahjong. How was your mahjong experience then so far? I do want to talk about Canada, but I'll probably do it in a bit when we have a few more people online, because God, I have very strong opinions on what happened in Canada, to the point where I was very, very annoyed, and I am still waiting on a refund from a certain company that owes me a hefty refund, because we walked into a hotel room and we immediately U-turned and walked right out because that room was so disgusting. We were not willing to stay the night in that place. It was so bad that we were just like, let's just get out of here. Like, let's just leave. So I'll talk about that in a bit, because I have a video of the entire thing. Oh no, trust me, even if they try to deny me my refund, my bank has my back, because they will gladly fight for me, and they will what's the word thing, they'll charge it back. And they better, because considering I have been one of their long-term customers for a significant amount of time, unironically. So I'm like, I'm gonna get my money back. But I'll talk about that in a bit. We did have a lot of fun though going up to Canada. Or I had a lot of fun going up. We went to a concert. I don't know if you know this hip Japanese pop band called YOASOBI. That's, you know, they're kind of like underground, not really well known, even though they sold out the TD Coliseum and have like an entire NA tour that's like 6 places long and was also at Chicago's Lollapalooza. They're big. If the sarcasm wasn't strong enough, they're very well known. And we went to their concert that was taking place in Canada, and that was a lot of fun, very high energy. And I realized, wow, I only know like half of their songs because I did not know most of these. I was like, oh, I really should go watch more animus because I apparently don't watch enough of them. So it was overall a really fun time, and I got a lot of steps in, because if I don't get my steps in, Ray's gonna yell at me. So I ended up walking some 5 bajillion steps. Oh my goodness, I forgot we have all these bionic parts, and we should probably start. I think we're gonna start growing Devil Strand. I think this Devil Strand is done. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna swap the Devil Strand over to what's the heal leaf called? Heal root. Because Devil Strand takes like 8 days. I think heal root takes like 7, and I need heal root way more than I need the other stuff. Heal root. Let's do that real fast. But yeah, overall, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed going up. I like going up to Canada. So I don't know if I posted. I think I posted this on Discord, but Canada finally has a new bridge that lets you enter, well, Canada from the US, and obviously vice versa. And it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. This thing is probably like one of the best bridges I've ever seen. Remember when I played Detroit Become Human a long, long time ago, and we were like, wow, look at that bridge. That's totally real. That hasn't been opened yet. Let's see. Detroit. Let's see if I can find an image. Oh, here we go. It's actually it's actually its own Google search result. Let me see if I can find it. So I don't know if anyone remembers when we played Detroit Become Human an eternity ago, but there was a really cool bridge that they were showing off in the game, in the screenshots. They're a little hard to see on these images, but I'm sure this will probably get you the generic idea. But there were 2 bridges that were shown off. Let's see. So can I open this image in a new tab? Oh wow, that is really bad. But yeah, because Detroit Become Human takes place in Detroit, which is right across the street, right across the river from Windsor, Canada, you can see that there's this bridge here. That's the Ambassador Bridge. It's the current old bridge, and then here it's harder to see, but there is a bridge back there that looks a lot newer, and that's the Gordie Howe Bridge, and that opened up recently, and it is probably one of the best pieces of, I guess, civil engineering that I've ever had the pleasure of driving on, which is really weird to say, but as someone who's driven to Canada so many times, the normal bridge is a privately owned mess that costs like $11 to cross every time, and that adds up fairly quickly. So they opened up the new bridge, the Gordie Howe, and it costs half as much. It's like $5.75 to cross the bridge. It's so much nicer. It's like 3 lanes wide in each direction, when the regular bridge is only like 1 in each direction. I think it's like 2 entering Canada and like 1 leaving Canada, so it's like kind of mixed, and it's just so nice. Unfortunately, because it's new and cheap and it's walkable, everyone is taking it, and so the queue at immigration is a little long, unfortunately, and there's little that can be done about that, which is a little tragic, but what are you gonna do, right? How long are these guys gonna take to get back? It's gonna take them all. I'm waiting for it to basically turn into spring, summer, so I can start fixing up a lot of these rooms. As you can see here, we're slowly repairing a lot of these things that a lot of this is kind of a mess, and so my goal is to try to fix a lot of these rooms to be a lot more what's what I'm thinking? We're trying to make this a lot more correct with the slate walls. Well, it means we have to kind of dig up the foundation and replace it so that it can be, well, properly foundationed, and that's kind of a logistical nightmare, because we have to basically get rid of all of the piping, and there's like 3 sets of piping here, so it's just a gigantic disaster of everything here has to be stripped apart. So it's a very large set of jobs, but we'll get it done, and we can finally clear it out, and we can go on our merry way. Whoever's sleeping in these 2 rooms, though, they're not gonna have the best sleeping arrangements for the time being. But anyways, how have all of you been otherwise? Hopefully you all had a good weekend. We'll be doing a lot of games this week now that I'm back and hopefully at full capacity. The plan is that I will be... Oh shoot, I did not realize they were all connected like that. Let's fix that up. I will be streaming this today, obviously. We'll be doing Iron Nest tomorrow, and we'll do Fire Emblem on Wednesday, because we're getting very close. I think there's only 2 more streams for Fire Emblem, and then we're free. And then we'll do... and then we'll see what we'll do after that. But my guess is that we'll probably end up doing... like a solo me-only Zomboid on... Thursday. Also, can I go back to normal size now? Not yet. Okay. So I think that's what we'll do on Thursday, and then that should be good enough for the week is my guess. And then we'll see what else we'll do next week now that we're back in full swing, basically until I leave for Japan and I disappear for 2 weeks, and then you're all gonna forget about me because I'll be forgotten because I'm not entertaining anymore. I'm so sorry. You want onion rice? Onion rice sounds really good. Honestly, rice in general sounds really tasty. Okay, I think we can strip this now, right? Pretty sure I should be allowed to strip the foundation here. Apparently I have to wait until all these blocks are hauled away, so I gotta haul these out. Let's haul these. Should not be too long, I hope, but we gotta get it done. Yeah. Okay, and then once that's done, we can properly backfill it with this dirt, and then once the dirt's there, we can hopefully not worry about the rest of this anymore, because this entire thing has been kind of a disaster to redo this. 1 week's too long for TikTok zoomers. Oh my goodness. You know, the solution is you just have to stop being brain rotted. Stop using TikTok. Go consume high quality content, like long form YouTube content. And also, oh my god, I saw that they were changing the YouTube partnership requirements. I am never gonna be hit YouTube partner unless I actually sit down and make dedicated YouTube videos instead of just relying on live streams, because they're like, yeah, you need 4,000 watch hours in a given year, rolling year period now, and you still need 500 subscribers. I hit the 3,000 watch hours, but I have not hit the 500 YouTube subscribers, unfortunately, which is really, really hard to hit, apparently. I'm old news. I am, comparatively to a lot of other people. I am very much old news. It's true. You had a 4-day weekend. Took Tuesday and Friday off. Second job interview in San Diego. Wait, what happened to Monday then? Ooh, job interview in San Diego. California. Would be kind of nice to live in California if it wasn't so dang expensive, and buying houses there didn't cost like $1 billion. One of my friends said like, oh, I bought a house in California. I was like, oh my gosh, how much was it? $1 bajillion. I'm like, oh Lord, who can afford this in this economy? Not me, that's for sure. I sure can't. Oh Lord. Also, we gotta replace the... I'm gonna replace the walls. Let's see if this replaces the walls. Or this just replaces the pipes. I'm scared to find out what this is replacing. Oh, it is replacing the walls. Okay, goodness. Okay. You're sick and brain fog. Just relax then. Just, you don't have to worry about doing anything crazy. This is a full relaxation zone where I am totally a normal person and not at all a deranged individual that you are all somehow watching on a semi-regular basis for some reason. Hello, Xanth and Hayashi. I am very much alive, yes. I survived. Those everyone's salary is higher than his. You know what's funny? No, it's not even that. It's more... It's impossible to own a house in California unless you have help from other people, especially if you're like a young person. Unless you are one of those weird tech bro venture startup people that somehow made $1 bajillion on your first startup that you sold, you ain't buying a house in California. You gotta be old money, or you have to like move, you had to like been there the whole time. So unless you got that $1 million, you can't do it. Also, don't forget to watch the stream on YouTube and just like help the YouTube algorithm, because unfortunately the YouTube algorithm has also slowed me down quite a bit. So keep it open. You know where to find it. Let me drink my water real quick. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's just been a wild weekend dealing with the whole other stuff involving the what's it called, dealing with the going to Canada, going to the concert and everything. And it was, I will say, the concert was a lot of fun. I'll probably show some photos of it later on. Like, give me maybe like after half an hour, I'll start showing some photos and explaining a little bit more of the whack nonsense that me and Ray had to deal with. You may fall asleep prematurely, apologizing. Too close to stay up because you woke up 5 a.m. It's okay, listen, if you gotta sleep, you gotta sleep. I didn't sleep until like 3 a.m. last night. I took a nap right before stream, and I am barely functioning. I will not lie. This person wants a bionic arm. Am I just giving them a random bionic arm that I just have hanging around? Because I don't just have spare bionic parts hanging around. Okay, hold on. We do need to start putting people... Okay, so hold on. So, for example... who's missing parts that I was gonna replace? Okay, so for example, Marksman can probably replace that prosthetic tail with a bionic tail. Let's do that first. Install bionic tail. Okay, next is... That's a lot of, it's a lot of... Zero also needs a new tail. Did I make a second tail, or do I only have one tail? Let me see. Oh, I did make a second tail. Okay, cool. So Zero's gonna get the other tail. Let's do that real quick. So you get the replacement tail, and then... let's see. Airman is getting a replacement leg on the left foot. And the arm on the right shoulder. And that should be fine. I thought I don't allow people to come in here demanding... Well, maybe it's fine. We'll make it work. If we need another arm, we'll just make another arm. We can actually make bionic parts fairly quickly, so it's not that bad. The elderly need the rest. It's not even just like the elderly need their rest. It's just more like you can eventually reach a point where like you just get tired quickly and you don't realize it because like, oh, you can just consume a lot of caffeine. I also didn't have any caffeine today, so I'm kind of running. I was literally running on fumes for that type of thing. Why is everyone freaking out? Is it because what is this robot? Why is this robot berserk? I'm sorry, what? I can't even... Wait, what? What is going on with this? Wait, what? Why is this... Did I get an event? Oh, wait. Okay, so... Alright, here's a fun little problem. For whatever reason... Because it's kind of bugged, I'm just gonna get rid of its disease. But the hospital mod that we have that allows us to act as a hospital... thinks that this thing has scaria, and it's a robot, which the problem is that robots don't really get scaria because it's a disease that's basically the equivalent of rabies, and I'm not quite sure why it's like, oh, so do you want to deal with this thing's rabies? I don't, because this thing's not supposed to have rabies in the first bloody place. That doesn't really make any sense, does it? So we're just gonna get rid of that. That way everyone can actually approach the hospital, and we can actually do the hospitalization thingies that need to be done, like surgeries. Speaking of which, let's just have Alana do all the surgeries back to back, and let's make sure this all isn't gonna be too bad. Okay, because we got body parts to install on people. Zero, Marksman, and Airman Joker are all gonna get brand new parts that they need. Super rabies. It's not like super rabies, but it is pretty rough rabies. Okay, so that's done. Let's do this one now too. Let's do Airman Joker. I think Airman's getting a leg and an arm, so that's a double whammy. Then Marksman, we're gonna get a new tail, so that way the tail problem is gonna be resolved, and we'll be happy. There we go. So that's one down. Might as well get the arm in too. Oh, I forgot to turn the bot on. Let me turn that on. But anyways, I hope your job interview stuff goes well, Zoingo. I know going to a new work opportunity is always a little spooky. Operate. Don't strip. Just operate. No, you... Okay. You do the operation. I want Alana to be the one to handle the op. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now Marksman's good to go, and everyone else should be good to go. It's just letting the game run, and maybe we start executing a bunch of the wild animals to maybe let the game alleviate itself a little bit, but it's becoming a bit of a problem, so probably grab the rattling battalions and just kind of order them to go kill things. We got guns. They can go hunt. Let's grab these two, and let's grab these two, and we're just gonna basically have them stand around and just start executing everything that walks. Everything that walks must perish. So, anyways, I did not tell about the hotel yet. I'm gonna talk about the hotel like maybe around in like 20 minutes, because it is truly one of the experiences of all time that requires I want more people to listen in so I don't have to explain it again. But it was really bad. Like, have you ever been to a hotel that, like, I don't know how many of you have ever been to a hotel that you walk in and then your first reaction is to immediately walk right out because you were just utterly revulsed by what was shown to you? But that's essentially what had happened to us, and it was pretty awful. Let's just kill all these animals. Angry Mega Sloth ain't gonna do much here. There we go. Look at that. Look at how quickly these all fall and die. Also, every animal we kill does make the game run a little bit faster, so we're trying to execute everything that we can. Well, you see, Xanth, we walked into a hotel room. It smelled like tobacco. There was no... What's the thing called? There was no smoke detector. It was just disgusting. Everything about it just sucked. There was like stains on the pillow covers and on the sheets, and I could have sworn one of them looked like human waste. It was not a Motel 6, and I'll explain in a bit, and I'll explain why I booked it and why I thought it was a valid booking option, because apparently it really should not have been something I even considered. I made a mistake. That's all. That's the short and gist of it. And I have learned from my mistake to never do that ever again. Also, are these guys not getting their capes? These guys should have capes, right? Let's see. Hold on. Did I not assign Ratkin Soldier cloaks? Oh, wait. Here we go. Cloak. They should be allowed to get reconnaissance battle cloaks. I'm not sure why they're not putting it. Do I have to force them to wear it? Let's see. You wear that one. Every single one of these should have a reconnaissance combat cloak. That's an armored battle cloak. Okay, you can have that one. And then let me make sure these guys all have one too. Because the knights, the melee fighters, are the ones that should have the heavy cloaks, which are designed to give them a little bit more armor on the defensive. So like Gila can have an armored battle cloak, and that'll be fine. But yeah, no, a Motel 6 and a Super 8 at least would have been generally clean. This was like worse than a Motel 6. It was worse than a Super 8. It really was just disgusting. That can't be explained properly. So that's why I'm gonna wait so we have more people in here that can listen to my retelling of what had happened. But anyways, let me show you some screens. Let me show you a photo or two from the concert. That was super sick and super cool. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Oh, you know, the easiest way to probably do this is let's pull up like a paint program. Okay, so let me find my photos. Yeah, so the main reason we were in Canada is we went to a concert, and the concert was YOASOBI. So the creators of the hit song, you know, Aidoru and Yoru no Kakeru, and a bunch of other ones like Guren and some other stuff. It was really fun. Let's see, and it was a very packed show. Like I mean, it was just, hold on. Yeah, no, this place was just completely packed. It was really sick though. And it was very lighting and lots of visual effects to really like the, hold on, let's see if I do this like this. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it. Okay, so yeah, you have it was a very visually entertaining show with lots and lots of lights and special effects, and the music was just wonderful to listen to. I'm not 100% familiar with YOASOBI's music, but the ones that I was familiar with, I did like. And there was a lot of lasers going on. That's the main singer. Ikuta is her name. I don't have any videos of the actual... I do have some videos of the event. Let's see if I can maybe show these bit by bit. Yeah, I'm using paint right now because it's the easiest way to do this. Let's see, what else do I have? That one surprisingly is not that bad. A lot of confetti shots. Oh, I think this is a good shot here. But yeah, that was our concert experience. It was for YOASOBI, and they were playing, like, you know, their wonderful set list. It's part of their like never-ending stories tour, so it was actually like 6 shows total so they were doing their East Coast tour, which was like Boston, New York, and Hamilton, Ontario. And then they're gonna go to the West Coast, and they're doing like Seattle, Oakland, California, and then Los Angeles. So that's their NA tour. And it was basically a fully sold out show. Hey, I wonder if I can show that. I think this was idle. Let's see if there's a way that I can play this. Is there a way for me to play this? I don't think I have a way I can play these. I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna say it was really cool. But it was very loud, and we don't carry, you know, earplugs with us when we go to concerts, even though it might not be a bad idea. And as Ray is mentioning, there were some people that were behind us, and I'm not trying to be mean, but they were a little obnoxious. Incredibly so, to the point where I could not really hear anything after a certain point. Like, I mean, these people were so obnoxiously loud that I swear I was gonna lose my hearing. Do we not have any herbal meds? Okay. We're gonna need those herbal medications from these people. I think not everyone should carry this much herbal medicine. I need these more than they do. We can convert them into proper medication. Yeah, as Ray's mentioning, she was very much not happy with it, but they were very, like, the easiest way I can describe it is that they were very excitable. Like, they were very happy to be there in the moment as part of the concert experience. And I'm like, fantastic, good on you, mate. Maybe let's tone down the screaming so I can actually be able to hear after this. Like, if you want to know how bad it was, imagine you're at a concert, right? But the person behind you is screaming louder than the music that you're listening to in front of you. That's kind of what it was. And it was an experience. Like, I don't go to concerts very often, so I'm not sure if this is just like a normal thing. I go to like a concert like maybe once a year if I even feel like it, because concerts are expensive. Thankfully, this one was actually surprisingly not that expensive. I think the tickets only came out to like 60 US a person. And I'm like, that's really cheap. If this was in the US, it would probably be like, you know, $100. And we were like on the 3rd floor upper balcony. And I'm like, this is still a really good seat. And the people that were on the main floor, there were a lot of them that were doing the Wotoge dance that were that Aqua and Ruby did in Oshinoko, and I'm like, that's so cool of them. So that was a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, look at this. We're finally able to rip through a lot of these things. Goodness gracious. There's so many like wild animals I still need to kill. I guess we gotta go execute this giant stack of deer as well after we can process all the food. We are processing all the meat whenever we can. Oh right, I forgot we gotta swap all the doors for steel auto doors, so that our pawns aren't Oh my goodness, I forgot there's so much here that I can't because I have to rip out all this. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, we'll make it work. Just gotta one step at a time, and we'll slowly but surely replace all the terrible flooring here. This is why we have the big bot here that's designed to do this. Okay, we can also replace the wall here. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Get all that in there. This is why we're getting everything slate. Slate is just overall a lot better for our long-term health and survival, even though it is such a massive pain to do this. So, hopefully you all had a really fun weekend though, and it was not filled with, you know what, no, I'll just talk about the hotel now, because this was just insane. Okay, I'm gonna complain about this. So, I apologize if you don't like listening to complaints, but I have to talk about this. So, and I'm gonna put this hotel on blast because it's probably like one of the I'm not gonna name the hotel, I guess, right now, but we were staying at a hotel in Hamilton. Okay, so let me pull up a map real quick. So let me pull up Google Maps so you can kind of see maps.google.com. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was really enjoyable, and I enjoyed being in Canada again and the sheer amount of food that Canada has. All right, hold on. Welcome to Google Maps. Okay, so this is Google Maps. So this is the GTA Toronto area, okay? So the normal So most people, when they say Toronto, is like this, right? GTA basically encompasses everything around Toronto, so that includes this, like the towns of Mississauga, Brampton, Richmond Hill, Vaughan, Markham. It's all generally part of the greater Toronto area, okay? Because Toronto's huge. We were in this city called Hamilton, which, despite its distance, is actually about an hour from Toronto by car or by train or by bus. And there is a Coliseum here called the TD Coliseum, which is where the concert was being held. Now, it's like right around here in central Hamilton. It's a nice area. Very cool concert area type thing. Fantastic. Now, our hotel was about 20 minutes walking distance from TD Coliseum. I'm not going to say where, but let's just say it was apparently in a much sketchier part of town than I had realized, because unfortunately, because of this concert, every hotel in the area was jacked up like crazy. So for example, a normal hotel that would normally get you be like $150 a night was running all the way up to like $350 to $400 a night just because of this concert. And so we booked at what was essentially a 2-star quote-unquote hotel. So if you don't know, hotels generally come in a variety of star ratings, right? You have all the way from like 1-star hotels, which are like the most bare bones of hotels, right? It's like a bed and a shower or a bath, and it's just a place that you can stay in and you'll be okay. 2-star is kind of like, okay, it's a little slightly nicer and it's gonna be cleaner. So like the way I would describe it would be like those roadside inns you see are gonna be like a 1-star. You know, anything that says like Motel Inn or something like that would be like a 1-star. 2-star is gonna be something like a Super 8 or like a yeah, I would say like a Super 8-ish maybe. No, I wouldn't even say. I think Super 8 would probably be classified as like a 1-star. A 2-star would be more like a... What would a 2-star be? Yeah, actually, no. I would say like a Super 8 would probably be like a 2-star. It's like... Or a Days Inn is generally like a 2-star hotel. Right? It's got a bed. They'll usually have like breakfast, and they'll usually have some kind of other stuff. A 3-star hotel is gonna be like, once you start getting to like your more typical name brand hotels, so 3-star is gonna be like, you know, a Holiday Inn. It's gonna be like a Hyatt place. It's gonna be like a Marriott, like a Marriott, what's the really basic one? I can't remember the really basic Marriott's. Like maybe like a 4 points. I think 4 points is more like 4. Yeah, and then 4 stars when you start getting into like slightly nicer experiences. That's where you're gonna start reaching for things like a Hyatt, like a proper Hyatt hotel, like a Hyatt Regency type of deal, or like an actual Marriott hotel, like a Hyatt, like a Marriott Renaissance. Once you hit 5-star, that's like you are spending like nearly $500 to $1,000 a night. I've stayed at like maybe 2 5-star hotels in my life, and they are fantastic experiences if you can afford it, but generally most people aren't going to be staying there. So anyways, the place we stayed at was marked as a 2-star hotel. Okay. And it was like 140 US for one night. So I'm like, okay, well, we're only here for one night. We just need to kind of get in for the concert, where it's like a place where we can sleep and the next day we'll leave. We walked into the hotel room. Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna set the stage. We pull up to the parking lot of this tiny hotel. And the first thing we saw was that there was for lack of a better word, there was a druggie who was standing in front of the front door, and he was basically a zombie. Like that whole, you know, that, I don't know what to call it, you know, that Fent zombie look? Where they're kind of just like, you know, like hunched over, right? And they look kind of like they're just completely out of it. They look like a zombie. Do you know what I'm talking about? Let's see if I can find an example of the image that I'm referring to. I think they're called like fentanyl zombies. They look like this. Like the guy looked like this. Okay. He was like bent. He was like hunched over like this, with like a bag at his feet and everything. And I was like, this is probably not a good sign if this is the first thing that we're seeing as we pull into this hotel. So I'm already a little concerned. We walk into the hotel. Check-in process goes kind of smooth. Their deposit was way higher than any place I've ever been to. Like I think most 3-star hotels are only going to ask for like $100 to $150 as a you know, it's like a deposit on your card. This place was asking for like 250 Canadian. I'm like, oh my god, this is more than the room. But I'm like, whatever, it's on my credit card. It'll be fine once it kind of goes away. And then we walk into the hotel room, and the first thing we immediately get hit with is like, it smelled like tobacco. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, it just smelled so strongly of tobacco. And I don't know if you know this, but tobacco is a scent that, like, once it's in there, it will permeate through everything and it will not go away. It is an awful smell, and it's terrible. And so I went to the front desk and I'm like, hey, the room smells like tobacco. It's really bad. Do you have any other rooms or anything? Because we had checked in around like 4 or 5 p.m. And like, oh no, I'm sorry, sir. We're fully booked. We don't have anything. And also, it can't smell like tobacco because we're a non-smoking hotel. And I'm like, he's like trying to gaslight me into thinking, oh, it can't smell like smoke because we're non-smoking. I'm like, well, like, we don't have, like, there's no other hotel available. Like, what are we supposed to do? Because everything in the area was booked unless you wanted to drive like an hour out. And so what we ended up doing was like, okay, well, let's see if we can get rid of the smell. So we went to like a nearby dollar store, bought like a can of Febreze, and just started spraying the room, trying to spray it down, trying to help it make it be a little better. But that did not fix anything at all. It was still awful. And as we were spraying, we started looking around the room a little bit more, and on God, this building has to be fucking condemned. There was no smoke detector. The door, you know what? No, you know the easiest way for me to describe this? I'm not gonna show you this. I have a video recording. I can't show you the video because unfortunately it does have some real people in it that maybe don't want to be shown, like Ray, but I can at least show you screen caps of this disgusting nightmare of a hotel. Let's see if I can find it real fast. As soon as Google's willing to load this one, I think I should be able to copy frames. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I should be able to copy frames. Marriott's don't really have that high, like, high quality hotel. Like, here's the thing. I think the reason why higher quality hotels don't have that high of a deposit is because they're generally know their clientele are not going to just destroy the room, right? And it's mostly actually just, I think Marriott's primarily, that's not really a deposit. It's more like an incidental fee. Like, if you end up getting like a snack or something from the in-hotel shop, they can just be like, all right, here you go. Okay. Let me show you screen caps of this disgusting nightmare. First and foremost, the reason why the room smelled like tobacco was because there wasn't a fucking smoke detector, because whoever was in this room last was clearly smoking. Right? Like, I'm not crazy. Like, this is obviously like, there's a reason why it smells like tobacco, and it's because the people who were in this room last were smoking. There's no smoke detector. So I was already annoyed because, like, the guy was telling me there can't be smelling of tobacco because you're not supposed to smoke in there. I was like, well, they're smoking here because there's nothing. Okay, next frame. There was no deadbolt. What is the point of this? What is this supposed to do? It was just completely gone. If you don't know what this is a lock. You swing it over a bolt on the right, and that way that if anyone tries to open the door, they can't unless they like really try to break it down. Okay, hold on, let me go buy things in Rimworld real quick before we continue. I do need to buy medicine. Let's see. Hold on. Let's just run through this real quick. What else do I need? I think just buy this giant stack of bullets is fine. I want to keep all the books. Let's see. Oh, on God, it basically felt like a murder hotel. Like, I felt like I was gonna, like, this was like, it was so sketchy. And I was like, I do not want to be in this room. Well, let's buy this Ratkin Bible. I'm not sure if that's even useful, but we'll do it. Let's grab, we'll sell this bio-coded weapon. Don't need that either. It's bio, oh, we'll actually keep that. It's a bioferrite, not bio-coded. Let's see. Anything else I want to buy from them? Or sell. I don't really have anything I want unless I want an elephant rifle, but I don't think I'm really interested in an elephant rifle. Maybe the airburst shells would be kind of nice to have. It's more of a would be nice to have, but not required to have. So I think most of these I don't really need. Maybe the chump pack tech prints. This is fine. I'm okay with this. Okay. Oh no, it gets worse. Hold on. It's not anywhere near done. It gets worse. Okay. Let's let the game run. Okay. So, I'm scrubbing through the VOD. Okay. Okay. So, you know the part of the door that connects to... Oh, yeah, maybe at some point I will. So, here's another one. Okay, so take a look at this door frame. Anything look odd to you? Anything look wrong about this door frame? By the way, that's the door handle right to the left of that. Anything seem off? Well, let me tell you what's off. Okay. This thing was so bent out. Or bent in. I don't know what word you want to use. Okay? You could pull on the door. And it would just be... It would just go as far as that where that metal is. And it's already breaking. You can see like the metal is like fraying at the bottom of this thing. And even if you put the bolt on, it's still gonna like... There's a lot of leeway. Like anyone from outside of this door could probably like shoulder tackle this thing and actually break the door open. Like it was so unsafe. It was disgusting. It was terrible. I have it on video where I was pulling it. Let's see what else is here. Oh, the stains. Oh my god. All the linens had stains. All right, hold on. This is kind of hard to see, but here is a video. This was one of the pillows. That's a really big stain of mysterious fluids that I don't want to know about. Okay. It was terrible. Okay. And that wasn't... And there was... One of the pillows just straight up didn't even have a pillow cover, which was like super weird. I was like... So, the pillow covers are disgusting. Completely stained. And on top of that, this one just straight up didn't even have a cover. It was just messy. And by the way, that wasn't even the bed sheets. So the bed sheets had... There was a lot of hair inside of the... In between the sheets. And on top of that, one of the sheets had a stain. Then I was like, I'm pretty sure this was just human matter. And I'm like, what is this place? This is disgusting. Why is this place allowed to exist? Look at that. It's horrible. And there's a bunch of other stuff on here, but that was like, there's a bunch of other things I didn't record that I was complaining about too. Like the TV straight up doesn't work. Like the TV was connected to a cable box and the cable box wasn't even connected to anything. So it was just kind of there. So everything about it was just like a mess. And I hated, like we walked in and within like 30 minutes, we just like walked out and we're just like, we're done. And I went to the front desk. I was like, this is like, I kind of went off on him. Like, this is unacceptable. Like, I better get my, because we booked through a third-party booking site, and I was like, if I don't get my refund in like 2 days, I'm filing a chargeback. And I called the booking site. I'm actually going to complain about this too, because I'm also like super miffed about this. I called the booking site, and they're like, well, we have to wait for the hotel to get back to us and authorize the refund. And I'm like, okay, well, what if they don't authorize the refund or they don't ever respond to your message? It's like, well, per our policy, you know, it's non-refundable. And I'm just like, and then I went off, unfortunately, I went off on the customer service guy because I'm like, no, that's unacceptable, you motherfuckers. Like, you are going to give me my money back or I'm going to file a chargeback and you can go fuck yourselves. Because I was not going to deal with this nonsense. And unfortunately, the deposit on my card from the hotel is still there. And so I am literally just waiting to see if that clears. And if it doesn't clear, then that's when I'm gonna do the chargebacks. Because I'm like, listen, I don't play games anymore. I'm gonna get my money back. I'm gonna get my stuff back, and then I'm going to write a scathing review on every platform I can get my bloody hands on. Because there's a point where you have to just realize this is just not worth it, and that is one of those things. Unfortunately, you just have to realize, yeah, this is just kind of unacceptable. It's time to just make it go away. Well, listen, I think they just straight up didn't care. Because I actually did a bit of research into the hotel afterwards. A lot of the reviews on Google Maps. So on Google Maps, it was rated 4 out of 5 stars because it's actually nice. And the photos looked like they were all brand new, like it was just recently renovated. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it'll be nice. I'm pretty sure all those photos were staged or doctored or AI generated. And I'm 100% I can say with absolute certainty that almost every single 5-star review on Google was basically the owner's friends and family writing high-quality reviews to make it up for the fact that every other person was giving this place like a 1-star review for being an absolutely disgusting shithole. And this building should be fucking condemned. This building should not be allowed, like this hotel should not be allowed to exist, and these people should lose their hotel license. Like, I am legitimately so miffed that this place even is allowed to exist. Anyways, that's my fun, wacky, tacky That's me and Ray's fun, wacky, tacky adventures in the realm of trying to stay at a nice hotel, because apparently we're not allowed to stay at a nice hotel. So what ended up happening was, the problem was, the concert ended at like 10 p.m. and then we went to a bar afterwards. I didn't drink any alcohol, and to drive back to where Ray lives would have been about 3 hours. So if we had left Hamilton, it would have taken me 3 hours to drive, and we would have gotten back at like 3 a.m. I was already tired because I had been up since 8 a.m. I don't think I had like any caffeine. I think I had like a very small amount in the morning. So I was like, oh my god, am I gonna be able to survive driving 3 hours at night? And ultimately, it just like, I don't think I'm gonna survive this. And so what we ended up having to do was, I decided, all right, let's just book something. So we booked a hotel that was like an hour out of Hamilton. Amazingly enough, in the same city / town where we got married in, and it was like a night and day. We walked in, it was clean, it was like a Marriott 4 Points. It was so, like, even the carpets felt like they were freshly steam vacked and everything. It's like, oh my god, this is what actual hotels should be like. So anyways, that was kind of our wacky adventure in dealing with hotels in Canada. I'll say, if you're ever dealing with a bad hotel, you are your own best, what's the word I'm thinking of, advocate for your own stay. And if they're not willing to play ball, then you better be willing to fight back, because some of these hotels, I think, they're gonna do their best to steal their money from you. Same with all these third-party booking platforms. I basically learned the following lessons. Well, the only lessons I learned is, 1, double check where you're staying, and 2, always stay in high quality, do not stay. I will never stay in a 2-star hotel or a 1-star hotel ever again, unless I'm like desperately broke. I think the trade-off of the lower price does not make up for the trade-off of the fact that you are basically staying in a shithole. So that is my logic of, it is better to spend money to stay somewhere nice than it is to stay in a place where you feel like you're gonna get mugged just by stepping out of your hotel room. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, I legitimately felt like, wow, if I'm not careful, like, we actually could just get mugged here. And I'm like, I don't want to be mugged. I need a cleaning bot. How do I make a cleaning bot? Let's see. I don't think any of these are like cleaning bots. We got a shaft worker. The escort lifter is mostly for transporting. I don't think any of these are cleaners, unfortunately. Yeah. Actually, hold on. Maybe the fields. Maybe the escort lifter can clean. Let's see. What does this one do? Okay, none of those are cleaning. It's just loading and unloading, but does not clean. Okay, so for now, cleaning still has to be something we require ourselves to do. Oh yeah, that was weird too. Hold on, you actually, okay, as Ray's mentioned, let me draw you the hotel layout, just because this was so weird. Okay, hotel layout. So okay, so we're gonna do paint because I'm lazy. Actually, I'll freehand this. It's more fun if it's freehanded. Okay, so you walk into the hotel. Here's your lobby, right? This is the lobby, and then this is where the druggy guy was, right? He's just like, you know, here's the zombie. He basically looked like this the whole time. So that was fun. And then you walk into the hotel. It's 2 floors. Okay, so I'm just gonna draw you the 2nd floor because that's kind of where we were at, right? So here's the hotel. You walk in, and then your stairs are like kind of like right over here. Okay. So basically what it was is we were room 245 or something like that, and the only way to find this room was you're walking here, right? And it says, okay, you got to go this way. So you'd find like a room here, and you had like another room here, another room here, and this was like 24, I don't know, this was like 240, 242, and 244. And we could not find 245, which we would expect to be like somewhere here or here or here. Hello, Dave, how are you doing? No, apparently 245 was all the way over here. Like, it made no sense why our hotel room was all the way here compared to like all like the block you'd expect it to be. This entire thing was just like a maze. It was like weirdly liminal. Like walking through this felt like I was in the back rooms because like you'd be walking through the hallway, right? Like imagine this is like a normal hallway. And then for whatever reason, there'd just be like these weird like half gaps and everything, or like random staircase steps that you'd have to go up like 2 or 3 steps to go to the next section of the hallway. Like none of this just made sense. It was super liminal. Also, like half the lights were turned. Like I swear all the light fixtures were missing a bulb. And I can't believe I forgot who I am already. I haven't done anything. I disappeared for like a few days and I'm already forgotten about. Oh, it was such a weird experience. Anyways, if you ever stay at a hotel, I pray you never suffer as much as we did. Please, do not suffer as we have. Where is my lifter bot? I need this guy to transport things. Oh, he's gotta reach. I must be carried to the recharger. Oh, okay, hold on. I guess once he's at below a certain charge level, he's got to get carried over for some reason. You know what? I'm gonna start putting like random rechargers everywhere. Maybe we should put like 1 or 2 in here. Maybe that way we can have our bots like recharging in the middle of this area. Would not be the worst idea, I think. As long as we can kind of keep that powered, and we'll at least make that one like a nice concrete floor, because obviously that's concrete, and then continue making everything else wood. It's all nice wood like that. Ooh, beautiful. I love wood. Yeah, the whole place was just a mess. Oh, the other thing too was like you look outside the window, you just can see into other people's rooms. If you were like in the intersection, which we were, which like, yeah, so there's like the window like looked into like a random pit, but if you look across and if the other person had their blinds open, you could just see the other person in their hotel room. It was like super close to each other. It was weird. Overall, terrible experience. I am demanding my money back, and if I don't get my money back, I'm gonna raise a massive stink, and I will get my money back. I don't know how often I mention this, but I do have, because I travel fairly frequently enough, I actually do have one of those nice travel cards with a fairly hefty annual fee, and I'm fairly sure because of that, like, the bank will always have my back and will be like, yeah, you want a chargeback? Sure thing, fam. Now, granted, a chargeback is not going to save you from liability if, say, like, hey, if you're actually being fraudulent with chargebacks, don't do that, right? But in this case, it was actually such a disaster that I was like, I am refusing to ever deal with this nonsense ever again. You thought you weren't picky? Yeah, see, I'm of the opinion that we should always stay somewhere a little nicer and never stay anywhere like this bad ever again. So anyways, that was our wonderful adventure in the realm of Canada, dealing with all sorts of wacky nonsense. I hope none of you ever have to... Oh god, these rooms are so dirty. I thought we had a dedicated cleaner. Steve is the dedicated cleaner. Is this colony just that dirty that's impossible to keep clean with like 1 or 2 people? Is there any other pawn we have that I could just use as... Okay, hold on. Okay, this person we recruited, Lyria, well, I guess it's a man in black, I think should probably get shunted off to the void. Okay, how about this? How about we make the heal the other colony cleaner, since I need another dedicated one. We already have a lot of plant people, so I don't think we need any more. And this Lyria person, since we don't think we have anyone in the queue that's been active. Yeah, these people have not been here in quite some time. We're just gonna shove this new recruit Lyria to the void. She actually does have really good shooting skill, but we're just gonna avoid her. So form a caravan with the one named Lyria. Carry nothing with you. That's fine. Go to the farm upstate. Send instantly. Perfect. Okay. Oh, does that help too if I get rid of the home areas? Ah, yeah, there's a lot of home areas that we don't need. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's do that. Yeah, these areas don't need to be cleaned. That does need to be maintained. That's not really home. This one's not really home. This entire section here. I always forget about this, but yeah, this I probably should be doing. This probably helps a lot with like pathing and whatnot, and like areas to clean. Like that's probably fine. The intersection is fine, and this area is technically home area, so I do want to keep this homed. Let's see. Let's break here. Break here. Okay, so just trying to make sure, because I should be able to just bucket remove a lot of these, hopefully. Yeah, there's a lot of surgeries that need to be done. In your case, you have a lot of like scars. We might be able to try to fix some of those, maybe just replacing your parts with bionics. And this entire inner area should probably be homed. Let's just home this whole intersection here that I did not manage to cover yet. That should be fine. Perfect. Wonderful. 10 out of 10. I love it. Yeah, it was... An experience is definitely a way to describe it. It was generally an awful time at the hotel. But after that, it was a fantastic time at the concert, and also a fantastic time seeing friends and eating delicious food. We had soup twice in one day, which was kind of insane, but it was delicious and wonderful. We had essentially a meal that was Korean soups and a meal that was Chinese soups, and it was 10 out of 10. Oh, my nose is like stuffy again. Anyways, how are you doing, Ranu? So, yeah, basically what I've learned is I will never do a 1 or 2 star hotel ever again unless I'm desperate or that's all that's available. At least in the West. I hear in Asia it's perfectly fine. In Europe it's mostly okay. But once you're in the West, for some reason they're just a mess, and there's like where all the questionable types tend to go to, and I really don't want to deal with it ever again. And that is my general complaint with our hotel experience. So yeah, you'd think as someone who travels a lot I'd be a lot more picky about hotels, but again, we were kind of on the we need somewhere to stay because we have to go to this concert. I don't know what any of these do. I need a TR component. Oh, I have to do that. I have to do the summon fight. Ugh. Let's see, what else do I want? You know, I guess we'll just grab something. Oh, we need to get better power. I think we're thinking about getting fusion power at some point. I guess we should probably consider that at some point too. Fleas and mosquitoes. Ah, it is mosquito season. I hope you survive mosquitoes because they are never fun. In fact, mosquitoes suck, unsurprisingly. Oh my god, look at all this food we have, and I still can't find a way to convert everything. All right, what else do we need to do to fix the wall problem? Okay, that needs to be replaced. Okay, this entire section has to be kind of like torn apart. I'm just trying to think how I'm gonna approach this. Okay, so I think the easiest way to fix this section is we have to do this like one step at a time. So I have to seal this off, and then I can break this wall, and then I can I can fix it afterwards. Okay. They both suck. They do suck though. I mean, fleas are annoying, but mosquitoes are just like pain and suffering. Alright, so Marksman should be able to rip this open. Okay, and then I need to remove the foundation again, which again is annoying because this has to be hauled out of here first. All these somewhere, please. And then we can hopefully get this done. But oh yeah, let me at least show the food that we ate, because I think I did take photos of all the food. Let's see. Oh yeah, so we went to a Korean restaurant, and I asked for like a big ol' bowl of this, and I was like, this is fantastic. It is essentially a giant pork bone. There were 3 of them. I swear they just kind of chopped up random parts of pork of a pig and just threw it into a stew and called it a day. But it was really nice and tender, and they served it with rice, and it was very hearty and filling. I loved it. And then we went to a yeah, gamjatang, that's what it was. It's really good. And then we went to like a Chinese noodle shop that was recommended by some friends. So we went them with our friends, and I had this like chicken ramen is what they call it. Like it's Chinese. It's like a Chinese, because ramen is technically Chinese, so this is what it is. And then it was like nice and chickeny with veggies, and then Ray had a different version with shaved noodles and seafood. So hers was a lot fancier, but I got mine because it was like the cheaper option, and it was pretty good. Like it was surprisingly cheap. Like these bowls were like 10 to 15 Canadian a pop. So you're looking at like what, 12 USD at most for each bowl. Really good pricing. And they had these like wonderful, delicious bao that was just, it was like lightly fried or charred on the bottom, and I really, really liked it because I think they do, I think they do put it in like a pan with a bit of oil to kind of get that nice charred cooking flavor. What else did we eat? Let me think. Oh, and then we went to like me and Ray alone, we went to a seafood restaurant because there's a seafood restaurant that we tend to go to like almost every single time we're up there recently, which is kind of scary considering how expensive this restaurant is. I think it's almost like, I think we're spending like almost 200 Canadian every time we go. It's like 180 Canadian. But I had like this beautiful squid ink shrimp pasta. It was super nice, super delicious. I couldn't finish it because it was super heavy. And we had just eaten a bowl of mussels together and a flight of oysters on top of that. But it was really good. I like going to Canada because I get an excuse to go spend money on food that I would normally not eat by myself. Because I like going out to eat, but oftentimes it's kind of hard to justify eating some of these foods by yourself because they're kind of pricey. And, when things are pricey, you don't want to spend that much money. And I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, maybe I don't need to spend this much money, look at these beautiful things working around the clock. Okay, what else do we need to keep them warm? Oh, we need more scarves, I think. Let's make a few more ratkin scarves, or mufflers as they're called. We'll make it strictly out of cloth. Or king hamster wool or alpaca wool. Or blue fur should be fine. We'll make a bunch more so we have a bunch left over. We do need to sort through all of our stuff. We have like so much stuff that I don't know where to dump all of this bricks in either. Okay, so what I was trying to do here was we're going to strip the foundation and hopefully not break anything, because unfortunately I have to destroy every pipe on this wall, and then we can hopefully rebuild it and put a proper, it's essentially what we're doing is we're shoring up the foundation of our building because our building's been a bit messy. So I hope none of you ever have to deal with bad hotels. Like I said, I like traveling. I like picking hotels, but I think there's a reason why I normally pick like a semi-decent hotel to stay at all the time. There's been a few times where me and Ray have stayed at like questionable hotels. Generally, it's not too bad. For example, we did stay one time at like a Super 8. Now, if you don't know what a Super 8 is, a Super 8 is a chain of hotels in America. I think mostly in the West, especially Canada as well. Their main gimmick is that they're super cheap. I think like for the longest time, I think the reason why they were called Super 8 was because back when they first opened up the chain, they were called that because the original rooms were like $8 or something along those lines. So they're pretty much everywhere. Actually, I'm looking it up right now. Apparently Super 8 is like worldwide. They're the largest budget hotel chain. 2,600 locations, goodness gracious. And I remember one time we stayed at one, and let's just say the doors did not have very good soundproofing, and you could hear some human jousting going on across the hallway if you just by being inside. It was very interesting. But generally they're generally okay, I would say. You know what? I know no one cares, but one of these days I should do like a hotel brand tier list, just because I think it'd be fun to do. I don't think anyone cares about my opinion on hotels, but I could probably give you a tier list of my opinion on these different brands, because there's so many, and like some of them are super cheap, but you really do get what you pay for. Like a Red Roof Inn is gonna be kind of okay. Super 8s and Motel 6s are kind of like whatever. It's like once you start getting like, it's better once you start getting to like things like a Courtyard or like a 4 Points or like a Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn is actually such a really good hotel. I always recommend if you need somewhere to stay, you stay at a Hyatt or a Holiday Inn. Those are generally gonna be fine options. But I'm actually excited. There's a hotel chain in Japan that I didn't really get to stay at before, but I'm gonna stay at for the first time in Japan. There's a hotel. Oh my gosh, we're out of food. There's a hotel chain called Appa Hotel that I have never stayed at in Japan, and I'm super curious about it because I hear it's like the go-to for most travelers and business people, but apparently it's a little weird because the owner of the hotel is a little ultra nationalist, And so he apparently puts in a lot of the hotel rooms literature that would support his ideology or his historical revisionism of Japan's actions in World War II. And I'm like, interesting. So we'll have to see. But anyways, I will say, I've been super incensed about the hotel thing, like, all weekend. And again, I try not to ever go off on customer service reps, but I think there's a time where it's just like, listen, either I get what I want, or bad things will happen. And in the company's case, chargeback is going to happen. If you don't know what a chargeback is, let me just explain this real quick. So if you're a consumer and you have a credit card, and I think some debit cards do this, a chargeback, because a credit card is you're paying with the bank's money and not your money right away. The bank is a lot more incentivized to reverse fraudulent charges. Now you can also use it if the merchant is, for example, not cooperating with like a refund policy or anything like that. And now generally, walking out of a hotel that's just so disgusting would be grounds for a refund. And if they're not willing to refund you, if you paid with a debit card or cash, you're kind of out of luck. Like, how are you going to get that money back? But if you have a credit card, you can just be like, hey, this place kind of defrauded me because they did not provide their services that we had paid for. Then you're in the clear. You're in the right for demanding a chargeback. Yeah, like, no smoke detector. I have half a mind to call the fire marshal of that city and be like, hey, can you just check this out because this is kind of a mess? And be like, hey, I want this, because it was, I don't know, I'm just so mad. Oh, I'm just so incensed about this stupid hotel and the fact that it's even allowed to exist. Anyways, Rimworld. Oh wait, actually, what we should do, don't we have someone that we were trying to convert? Hold on. Oh, we have this one named Borkin. What are we doing with him? We are converting him. Okay, good, good. So he's been converted, right? Yes. Why is everyone unhappy? Oh, I don't know how to get rid of Exonia's scars is the problem. It's actually mandatory provincially and municipally. Yeah, well, to be, yeah, like, maybe they didn't realize that there was no smoke detector. I hope they fix it, but I'm still of the opinion that that hotel should just be condemned. At some point, you just gotta be like, this place should not be allowed to exist. Ooh, we got blue. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got more beds. Okay, so I can finally kick 3 people out of here. So let's put Exonia, Ziryu, and Kahila in beds. So Ziryu, Kahila, and Exonia all now get proper beds. They have awaited many, many moons to have actual sleeping, and so I shall give them actual sleeping. So now I just need 3 more bedrooms, and that should solve our, well, bedroom crises. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna get that at some point. Oh, the other thing I forgot. After I got rid of all those things, I forgot I have to actually rebuild the pipelines. The plumbing pipeline needs to be rebuilt, which is fine. And then we need to rebuild the heating pipes as well, which should not be that difficult to remake. And then the AC pipes, because I forgot I split AC off from everything, or heating from everything, so we have to... There's so many pipes that this colony needs. Oh. If only there was a way to unify all the pipes into one big pipe system. Probably be a lot easier. But as you can see, the colony is getting a little nicer as we slowly but surely try to rebuild everything that needs to be rebuilt. Actually, I wonder if I could put like small... This could be like a small broom closet. Or, oh, actually, I just realized since all the bathrooms are up there, I could probably put a small bathroom in some of these corridors. Oh, boy. Wait, why are we out of power? What happened? What the... Wait, huh? Oh, that was the only power connection, and I dismantled it. Uh-oh, okay, let's fix that. Ah! I'm so good at video games, I keep forgetting about where my power lines are, or the lack of my power lines. Let's fix that real quick, so we can get that all squared away. Hopefully everything's connected. The only building that's not powered, amazingly enough, is the temple room, which generally doesn't need anything of the sort, so that should be fine. Okay, and the heel is cleaning primarily, which is great, but I think the heel's decided that cleaning actually involves shoveling and not at all cleaning the workshops that are completely filled with dirt, grime, and disgusting other bits. God, I really need to make a robot to handle this. Yeah, 25 is gonna take forever to charge. You know what? Maybe we need to call in the boss. I think it was, I want to say it was a mortal that has the implant. Summon a sergeant threat. We need to, we can summon a Diabolos. If we can kill that, then we can get the, I guess, the upgrade for, let's see, hold on. I actually don't know how this all operates. There's got to be other ones I'm missing here. Antenna towers, NEX. Most of these don't really matter. Ship landing beacons don't really matter. Is it under Mechtex? Oh, decoy antenna. Here we go. So with this, we can call in the Mechanoids, collect their advanced technology. So maybe if we just set up a really good defensive line, we can just automatically handle this. Like this area here would probably be pretty good for a defensive corridor. I just need better defensive turrets. Some nasty, sick turrets that could hopefully defend us. I'm thinking... Oh, actually... Oh, I'm out of plasteel. Oh, shoot. I'm out of plasteel. I think there's a way... I think I did unlock something that allows me to cook plasteel. A metal refinery will allow us to convert rare metals through polymer lamination. Unfortunately, this plasteel factory requires plasteel, which is a little awkward because, as you might have seen, we do not have any plasteel anymore, so that's kind of a problem. So I don't know how we're gonna use this. Let's see. Is there any spot where I can even dump this stupid thing? My factory room is a lot smaller than I was expecting it to be. So even if I put this here, I would need 25 plasteel on top of the advanced AI core. Yeah, there's not enough plasteel. Because you would need a AI core, which already requires plasteel. The arms, the machine frame requires another 20 plasteel. I probably would need like at least another 100 to 200 plasteel to pull this off. Is there any compacted plasteel on the map? There's not any. Okay. So maybe the only choice is I have to go break into this mysterious facility and see if there's any plasteel that I can get my hands on, because we're out of plasteel completely. Hello, Steve. Good evening. Speaking of power, something baffling for you, Junior. Isn't that the facility you work at does not receive enough power to run all the machines and only have half of them? And getting 100, they can't figure out why they keep losing power and throwing breakers. That is actually kind of baffling. Wait, how do you... So they're overloading their grid and they can't get enough power to run everything, so they're only running at half capacity. And that's such a weird... I assume they just don't want to pay the utility company to expand like their local, I guess, like their power receiving capabilities, right? I don't know, that sounds super weird. That is super odd though. I agree, that is strange. Gotta get these bricks out of here. Come on, I wanna get this like fixed up so I can finally reopen this sealed area. This colony will be a lot nicer when we get it cleaned up most of the time. Oh, that reminds me. I don't know how to think of weird things that was going on. I don't know if I want to play Terraria, but has anyone paid attention to like the Terraria drama that happened recently? Apparently, like a major Terraria mod, Calamity, which is I know a lot of my friends are really like loved playing Calamity. Apparently that whole mod project is just like completely canned now because of some terrible decisions by some of the mod, I guess, authors. And so the only solution that they had was to completely cancel all the work that was being done on it, and it is now dead forever or something to that effect. Cannot... Oh, we don't have... Oh, we can't tend to their... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we're just gonna take a while to grow. Do we have any wild heal root? There is. Okay, fantastic. I'm just gonna quickly harvest whatever we can get our hands on. Nope, none of these are harvestable. Great. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, I think we just can't grow double strand anymore. We just have to focus strictly on getting more heal root, I think, for the time being. It's gonna take a couple days for this to grow anyways, so it should be fine. Yeah, so apparently, from my understanding, is that this is the second time that one of the leads on Calamity mod has been outed as a individual who tries to grooming, basically. And I was like, that's really awkward. To the point where the whole team is just like, we're done. And they're like removing all traces of the mod, which is kind of a messed up thing to do. Like, I guess they can't, like, they don't want to like keep the mod up anymore, which is a little unfortunate because I know a lot of people love playing it, but they're just like, no, we're just done here, fam. Yeah. If you like love that mod, I'm so sorry. I hope you can download it still in the future. I mean, it's never gonna go away realistically, right? Mods don't just disappear from like that. Oh my goodness. Look, we're finally getting water again. You know what this means? With this water here, I can finally start to use the power of garden tools to put actual dirt and reclaim this entire muddy, disastrous zone. We can actually grow things that we need to grow. Okay, and this thing here, I can finally get rid of the floor here too. Get rid of this foundation. Let's get rid of the mud. Yeah, I never got into Terraria. Like I said that before, but I can at least sympathize with the whole, hey, a thing that you love is gone now. It sucks. Oh god, so many random people. I don't want to burn our normal medicine. Do we have any more herbal meds just hanging around? Okay, Marksman's got like a bunch of herbal meds. Sure, drop that. You don't need those herbal meds. Drop those. You don't need those herbal meds. Drop those. You don't need that herbal med. Drop that. Okay, so if we can get these herbal meds kind of allocated to where they need to go, this should be a lot easier to handle. We're still replacing a lot of the doors with steel auto doors, so just keep that in mind as the colony slowly starts to get faster bit by bit, because I had slate auto doors and I was like, oh, slate auto doors are very, very slow and very, very bad. So we're fixing it one step at a time so that we can actually get places without too much issue. A lot of the interior doors here, for example, should be steel auto doors, and we'll probably start doing that for... I think the bedrooms will start doing that as well, but I think we'll focus on a lot of the extraneous doors first. Okay, I've been yapping for like an hour and a half nonstop. I do need to use the restroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the game run. All these people get tended soon with whatever herbal meds we have hanging around, if we have any. Otherwise, they'll have to wait until we grow some. And then... Ooh, look at that. It's looking nice. Wonderful. I can't believe it's warm now. Okay. Let's do some research too. What do we want next? You know what? Let's see. We don't have the signal chip yet. Okay, concrete don't really care about. Fertility procedures we don't really need. I guess smoke pop packs would sound really useful. That sounds like that could be handy. I guess we'll get the Legion bots too, even though we don't really need them. I don't know what a cluster transceiver is, but we can't do that until we have the other parts. That's fine. I do need to focus on our security. Like, our turrets are actually not that good. So where's the automated turret tech tree? I would like automated defenses. That would be my next big priority. Let's get advanced battery. I think we'll not do... we might have to do the armor at some point. Various like turrets. Rocket swarms sound kind of cool. And I guess we'll grab that. That should be fine. I am a little annoyed because I would like to give our heaviest soldiers access to Crusader armor because it looks super sick. It's very expensive to manufacture each, but I think if we can just get one, that'd be great. Also, once this town restocks, we're gonna go walk over there and get ourselves some plasteel, because we're desperate for plasteel. Next restock in a couple days. Unfortunately, I'm not able to trade with this other facility because I don't think we have anyone that's a sergeant, and I don't know how to force someone to be a sergeant. If I can't figure it out, I might just give it the title of sergeant to one of our pawns so we can just at least trade with them. All right, I'll let the game run for a bit. I'll be right back. I can't believe you're all having separation anxiety because I disappear for like a couple minutes. It's okay. It's just like Ray. Ray has separation anxiety. If I disappear for like by not being there, she starts sending me sad messages about asking me to come back already. So don't worry. That's just how it is. Oh, speaking of other things, you might have seen Ray posting a lot of photos of a certain dog that's not Bashy. Well, it's actually a new dog that Ray's family now has, and it is an adorable little creature. Its name is not Bashy, but it is of the same dog breed as Bashy. It's another Yorkie. Let me just real quick. Also, hello there, Shiro. How are you doing? Let me make sure we have some dirt going in here real quick. It's not quite Bashy 2, but it's very similar. Let me grab a. I think I took a screen. I think I took a photo. Let's see. Let me find the poor little guy. This is probably a good photo. Hold on. Yeah, Yorkshire Terriers? No, they're Yorkshire Terriers. How are you doing? Here it is. His name is Beau, which I'm not gonna lie, I did not know how to pronounce it when Ray texted me the name because it's French and it was spelled like B-E-A-U, and I was like, is that pronounced like Beau or something like that? But no, apparently it's pronounced Beau, and so he's like 9 months old and he's like tiny. This thing is just so dang tiny. It's like he's like 9 weeks. He's like not even a kilogram. It's a common name. I am terrible at names. I thought it was common knowledge that I'm terrible at like languages, apparently. Apparently that's the only photo I have that I can share because all the other ones have like Ray in it. But yeah, this thing is tiny. He is a very cute doggo, and he's a very excitable pupper, I guess is the best way to describe it. He's very fun. You can just kind of like have him run around. He likes nipping people's fingers though, so you have to kind of keep your fingers like a little a ways so that he doesn't like munch on your finger. Yeah, I gotta be a little careful about that. Do we have enough dirt for this? We have enough dirt for this. I think what we're gonna do is we'll get ready to summon the next bot, and we'll try to get immortal more bot things so we can at least do that. Oh, I need the plasteel first. The plasteel's my priority. All right, because I'm mostly annoyed. Since immortals, what I'm gonna do is because immortal got the brain. Actually, no. Since let's see, we're gonna give it to. I'll give it to Drunken Wayfarer. Drunken Wayfarer can have the. Oh, interesting. I cannot actually adjust the title here unless I do. Is it a quest maybe? No. I need to get a title. Where do we get a title? I think the easiest solution to do this is I think if I go to commands, set royal title, logistics division, we need to be a sergeant minimum in order to trade. We'll give the Drunken Wayfarer. Okay, just makes it a little easier for us so we can actually trade. Requires prestige armor, Psycaster, mech lord apparel. Okay. We'll have to figure that out at some point, but for now I think we can probably ignore it. Should be fine. Okay. We name him Costco. His name, well, he's not named Costco. His name is Beau. I'm not the one that picked the name. And yes, I did not realize it was a common name, like I said. So it's spelled B-E-A-U, and I thought for whatever reason it was pronounced like Bew or something. Like spew or Bew, but no, it's pronounced Beau, and I was like, wow, I really do not know. I do not know names very well at all. Yeah. Hey, I'm being honest. I'm just saying that's what I legitimately thought. No, that's how I thought it was pronounced, but I didn't realize it was pronounced Beau, and I was like, so I didn't call him by his name until someone said it first, so I knew how it was actually pronounced. That way, no one could tell me I said it wrong. I'm just admitting to the fact that in my head, it was wrong. See, I'm just admitting it now, you know? But I didn't say it incorrectly the first time, so Ray can't make fun of me, because otherwise she would absolutely make fun of me for saying it wrong. Oh, look at all that. Look at that. We're finally getting all this mud fixed up. It's beautiful. Y50 does a really good job just existing. We'll need to get rid of this fishing area. I forgot there's a fishing area here, but this fish area does not have a lot of fish, so we'll get rid of that. And we'll try to fix all this up. I'll teach you French. No, but why would I want to learn a disgusting language like French? I'm joking. If you're French, please do not actually take that seriously. Because good God, some actual French person is going to come in here. It's like, how dare you make fun of the greatest language known to mankind? The French language is the language of the people, and it is the language of the fine arts. You know, for some reason. Hey, I mean, people know weird things all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. Ooh. Okay, what else do we need to do to make this? Okay, so I want to set up a giant security system, but all the turrets that I want to use are requiring materials I don't have access to, except for these quad-mounted machine guns. Or a multi... Wait, actually, a heavy anti... Oh, wait. Is there any purpose to putting an anti-tank gun this large here, or is it just a flexing operation? Could put a giant anti-tank gun here for some reason. It needs 128mm anti-tank shell. It probably takes forever to reload. Maybe a heavy anti-flank gun. An autocannon is probably fine. What are my other options? 76mm AET gun. Maybe a 37 is because it's a little smaller would actually be a little better. Again, it came out of France's food. Well, food, and sometimes you get a few good pieces of literature. I like Les Mis. Les Mis is really good, but only because the musical version came out with that one song that everyone's really into. You know, do you hear... Oh, wait, what was it? Do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? This is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. You know, that song. I think one day, when I was driving to Canada or home one time, I actually just like went online on YouTube and like I found like a version of that song that had, I guess it was like for some special anniversary of the musical. And so they had all the different versions of Jean Valjean singing it like one after the other, like swapping every few lines in multiple languages. So you would go from like English to French to Japanese to German to Dutch to Russian to Hungarian to Ukrainian. It was such an interesting experience listening to that. Hello, Goldenrod. Good evening. Welcome back to the land of the living. Hopefully you are in fact aliver and not deader. Welcome as I continue to expand our beautiful colony. I actually like that song a lot. Do you hear the people singing the songs of angry men? This is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of the drum echoes the beating... Oh, wait. Echoes the beat... Wait, no. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums. I don't know what comes after that. I think I actually did get better singing when I was singing in the car. I like singing in the car where no one else can hear me, and it's just me. That's how I know that I can sing. No thrumbo hurting this yeet. I mean, there is a literal yeet thrumbo button. You could use it if you choose to. Why is this thing slow? Oh, this thing has crafting 5. Do I have a better crafter? Oh, I need plasteel, that's right. We need more plasteel. Ugh. I don't know how I'm gonna get more plasteel. Let's go trade, hold on. Let's see. We're gonna go world map. Let's go, since we have a sergeant now who is drunken. Let's send drunken wayfarer. Send almond roll. Send the 3 muffalos. Carry everything we can sell, which is basically all the leathers and furs that we don't need. And take along maybe 60 units of maybe 50 units of hardtack is fine. A lot of hardtack. Maybe we don't need that much. Let's go 20 units of hardtack and maybe 200 units of hay. Got 4 medicines. What is anything else I can sell that I don't need? Oh, I don't need jade. Let's just sell the jade. Let's bring like 500 units. Is probably safe enough. And let's just change it. We're basically gonna go over and see if we can go buy some plasteel from these people. You've been having fun with the monolin? I don't think I've heard of the monolin. Let me take a look at them. Rimworld monolin. Huh. Why are they black and white? Oh, wait, are they... Do you print them? Oh, this looks overpowered. This looks like super high-tech. Okay, wait. Primary origins are unknown. Live by forming close communities. Monolins are neither age nor get sick and have a talent for becoming close people. Suffer from obsessive thoughts and have an extreme fear of darkness. Let's see. When in darkness, there's a chance that they'll just have a mental breakdown. Consciousness is permanently decreased by 15%. Genders removed, they acquire asexual characteristics. Okay, wait, so... Oh, okay, so that's interesting. They actually take regular people and turn them into monolin by giving them a baptism. Huh. That's very interesting. I will say I do like the unified color or lack of color schematic that it's got. I actually dig this a lot from an aesthetic standpoint, and it's totally not because it's anime or anything, but I actually do like these outfits significantly. These are really pretty outfits. Huh, that's actually super sick. I would not mind giving that a shot one day. I do need to do an anomaly run again at some point. I just haven't had a chance to do an anomaly run without breaking the anomaly game, aka maybe we don't have, you know, without CAI breaking things again because of the mechanic. Is it like the consciousness mechanic or some other mechanic? God, I love seeing them all working together and growing crops. Look at all these crops. Why did I make all these strawberries again? I think I was gonna do something. Oh, right, we're making food out of it. Let's stop making simple meals with the strawberries, please. Mostly because I need to keep those berries. So, if anything, we should primarily rely on other things to grow the food, and we should be growing wheat now. Excellent. We got wheat, potatoes, but coffee, potatoes, and then what are we growing here? I will always break the game. I can't help but break the game. Maybe one day I'll be free. See, the solution is that I should just play games that don't have mods, and that way I can't actually mod the game and ruin it anymore. What a concept. Okay, let's do this real fast. Let's replace this, replace that. Okay, so that all is going to be filled in, and we'll need to fill this in. You have faith in me? Oh my goodness, you actually, there's faith in me to break the, oh wait, having faith in me to break the game. All right, never mind, that's less fun. The range opens like, okay, interesting. I'll just have a lot of light in your colony. Just have a lot of, oh, there's actually a lot of darkness here now I think about it. Maybe we should have more lights. Just put a few like street lights like this. And maybe put a few like maybe outside some of these doors. Yeah, the more I think about it, like, yeah, I probably should just have more lights, shouldn't I? Okay, for the modded PC run. Okay, so here's my plan for Project Zomboid, in case anyone's wondering. I think what I'm going to do is next week, or possibly this Thursday, I will play a little bit of Zomboid solo. The new stuff with minimal mods, and just experience what the new content is like. And then maybe the week after, like next week, we'll do a modded Zomboid with people run, like live stream. And I think that's kind of how we'll do it. Because I don't want to just kind of jump into the new Zomboid without having a chance to like really try out any of this stuff. So I'm going to see what's going on. Maybe I'll do like an RV run and we'll just try to see if I can go through the tower. I think there's like a new start I wanted to try where you do the new tower that's in Louisville and you try to like climb down from the top. I'm like, that sounds super sick and I kind of want to try it. Yeah, I hope I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have fun. I really do enjoy playing Zomboid. I don't get to play it very often just because it's the game is just, I don't get a chance to try to play it too often because I got a bajillion other things. I heard it's pretty good on Steam Deck. I've been meaning to download it to my Steam Deck and play it there. All right, we're just gonna do Drafted Hunt, just kill everything. Kill everything that moves. All these critters will die. Wonderful. Love it. Look how we quickly eliminate all these animals. Perfect. Listen, I'm already, like, I'm capping out at like 120 TPS. I need to find a way to get it back. And if I have to do it by killing everything that breathes that's not in our colony, then I will do so. Although I think we might have angered a bunch of boomalopes, which is a whole different problem. That's a little awkward. Hopefully they'll be able to just rip those apart. Ah, this lifter's probably gonna die. Yeah, they're going for the lifter. Never mind, they'll be fine. I feel like before too stable increase time population in every town. I mean, it depends what settings you have. Like, I know what settings I like to play with for Zomboid, so I'll show those off again tomorrow. I'll probably need to, like, or on Thursday or something. I'll need to adjust it, but basically I do something like slightly higher population but no respawns. I don't play with zombie respawn. I prefer, like, if I clear it out, I want it to stay cleared out. But I will have the population go up over the course of 30 days minimum, because I think that's more exciting. The old Rimworld, how to escape Greg. Wait, you went back to playing Greg Tech? Oh, is that the thing you posted? I saw you post something on Discord of like some ridiculous looking machine, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Yeah, this heat chamber. And I was like, what in God's name is this thing? You will be one of the few rare people to actually complete Greg Tech, and I will be amazed. I heard that there is a Factorio mod or something, or it might have been Terraria, where they're trying to do like Factorio Greg Tech, and I'm like, kind of want to try this. I think it's called like Gregtorio or something, but it hasn't been updated in a long time, so it might not even be finished, or it might not ever be finished. But I would be genuinely interested in trying something stupid like that. I actually did boot up Factorio again today to try to maybe punch through it a bit, and then I realized I do not remember anything that I am doing in this game at all. And that's kind of like the issue I'm running into in Factorio. Like, I love Factorio, but there's so much that's going on, and I'm like, I can't remember what I was doing. And I will say at least my base wasn't spaghetti, so I'm not that bad at the game, but there was some, I probably need to fix it at some point. Oh my goodness, the baby is starving. No one's fed the baby. Who's your mother? Drunken Wayfarer who's not here. Okay, so we ran out of baby food. That's kind of awkward. Let's quickly fix that. Let's get some baby food made, so that, you know, we're not starving to death. Let's make sure the baby food is priority number 1. Because unfortunately no one is lactating, so we can't exactly just, you know, do that for food. The only one who is Drunken Wayfarers all over here. Hopefully this toddler will grow up soon. He is 2, I believe they turned into a toddler at 3, so that should be fine in a couple days. And we'll probably need an actual bedroom instead of sharing a room with... Oh, that's right, Bashi died. I forgot Bashi got eaten by a by a dragon. Yeah. Technically Bashi's not allowed to die, so I guess we just resurrect Bashi and then just bring Bashi back here. But we'll just quickly change this to say Bashi the second. Exactly, it is, no one is lactating. I mean, actually now I'm wondering, can you actually have milkmaids in Rimworld? I guess if you have 2 pawns, both give birth at the same time, and one of them is the royal and one of them's like not, I guess you technically would have milk siblings and milkmaids in that manner. That's the right term, right? Or am I using the wrong word? I'm probably using the wrong word here. Okay, here we go. Let's go trade. Please have plasteel. I beg of you, have any amount of plasteel that I can buy. They don't have plasteel. No, they have plastic fibers, which is not what I want. On the other hand, they will buy all of my cloth for like obscene amounts of money, so that's fine. So they'll buy the jade. Is there anything here I want? A biosynthetic arm. Okay. Let's see. Plastic fiber skin grown on bone made of tongue steel. I mean, it's a good arm that improves your sleep fall rate for some reason. Mechaneural visual sensor. Okay. Ooh, okay. Superior to its biological counterpart. Advanced. Wanna be. Wet nurse, that's the word. Yes, thank you. Wet nurse is the word I was thinking of. We can get a Persona Plasma Sword that's slimy. That's really weird. Maybe we don't buy any of these. We take the silver and we take it to the other town. I think I'm looking at this and I don't think I need any of these. So I was looking for Plasteel, but they didn't have any. So I think what we do is we'll take Almanrul's caravan and we'll have them go to the other town of Shosho. Half a day journey, and we'll pray that there's something there. But the lack of Plasteel, because I can't make the Plasteel refinery yet until we can get like a bunch, and that's kind of be what's gonna kill us. And I can't force this to dig out more Plasteel. It's just steel. We have a lot of steel, thankfully, but it's just a lot. Okay, in the meanwhile, let's see what else. What other funny things can we build in the meanwhile that only consume components? You binge Nanoha? You lost touch. Nanoha's fun, but yeah, it's a lot. Exoskeleton, Arbiter, the aiming frame. Yeah, the Ratkin equipment required a lot of Plasteel, which is kind of the problem. I think even making these... Let's see, what's this drone belt? Vertigo drones. Oh my god, there's so much stuff here. I don't know what half of these things are. What's a Boyd controller? Bionic mechanism plan allows to manufacture a low tech level. Can fail from. Oh, okay, got it. Brain stems, surrogate kidneys, surrogate body parts. Most of these we don't really need. Yeah, everything I want requires Plasteel, and so we're really hard gated by Plasteel. See, if you don't, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like watching it, just go watch something else. See, you have a limited amount of time on this earth, and if you're not enjoying what you're watching, just go watch something else that's more entertaining. That's always what I kind of believe, right? Just watch something that you will enjoy, because if you're not enjoying, what's the point? Let's also grow some more. Oh, we're growing a lot of wheat already, right? Watch high quality things like Zero no Tsukaima or Toradora or Hayate no Gotoku or anything else that Kugerie was in. I don't know what else she was in at this point, because she hasn't actually been in like a leading role in quite some time. I think the era of like Tsunderes has kind of come and gone, even though it was like such a huge popular thing when I was growing up, and that's kind of put like a huge, I don't know what the right word is, but yeah, there was a lot of Tsunderes back in that time period. Not as much anymore though. Wow, this cargo pod had a bunch of nigiri for some reason. Well, I'm not gonna say no to sushi. Uma Musume? I've been meaning to maybe watch some of the anime at some point, but I never got around to doing so. Like I was gonna watch the Cinderella Grey movie because I heard it's really good, but beyond that, it's like it's not really a thing that I'm watching most of the time. You know, we do need more heal root. We don't need more cotton. Let's just grow heal root for now. Do that. Should be quick and dirty. Yeah, oh my goodness, yeah, it really is. We really do live in the era of yanderes and monster girls, and like I think I'm not gonna lie, I think right now the trend, because it's a trend in manga right now, but I am of the belief that the trend that you're going to be seeing more frequently in the very near future is going to be gyarus. Gyarus are, and not like the dark skin, ultra tan, super makeup-y, but literally just as in like maybe a blondish girl with large badonkers, like basically like Marin from Bisque Doll. I think gyaru is the current trend, because it's been in manga for like the past, like I've noticed it's been the trend in manga for like the last 2 or 3 years, and I think the anime industry's catching up, and the anime industry is going to have like a lot of gyaru characters as the main heroines moving forward for at least the foreseeable future, which is fine. I don't really care for the gyaru archetype that much. I know some people are really into it. I'm not personally. Now if they do a Jimiko archetype, you know, trend, then sign me up. that I would be really down for. But gyarus, I'm kind of like, whatever. It's, if you like it, you like it. And I'm not here to judge it. You just said gyaru fishing. Like, I mean, I'm not even surprised. There's a lot of like gyaru and everything. Like, I know there's like gyaru video games, gyarus with, like in Hokkaido, I know it was like a really popular one that I read for some time before I was like, this is going nowhere. Because a lot of them tend to be romance series, and God, there's so many of them that are just like, oh yeah, they're gonna get together, and then they just never get together. They take forever. No one wants to confess. Everyone's just gonna be like, oh, but I don't know if he really likes me. Ooh woo. And it's just like, oh my God, shut up. Otagawa? I think that's one of the ones I was talking about. Yeah, Otagawa's the other one. Yeah, Otagawa's another popular one. And I know there's that one too. God, there was that. I remember seeing there's like some ridiculous wish fulfillment one where it was two gyaru like fall in love with the same guy, and they're both okay with it, and like they're best friends, and they're like, well, what if we just share him? And I'm just like, this would never happen. I was like, oh no, I think it is Otagawa. It is Otagaru. Yeah, wait, that is the one. That's so funny. It is Otagaru. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny. That's so cursed. Yeah, so like it's a series. Also, hello Unholy. We'll get you in. Don't worry. Once we find another pawn. Actually, you know what? You can take over the toddler. You want to be a toddler? Here you go. His name is Iron Sword, but we'll assign him to you. We don't have enough baby food. We gotta make more baby food. Oh, we have enough baby food. All right. This is you now. Okay, none of those two have been here forever, so I'm gonna just remove them from the queue. Congratulations, Unholy. You are this little child who is gonna become a toddler very soon. But yeah, there's a lot of like weird gyaru stuff, and like I said, I'm pretty sure that's the trend that we're just gonna be seeing for the foreseeable future. It's popular, everyone is enjoying it, so I mean, I'm not terribly surprised by it. You know, we're gonna stop smoking meat. I don't know why. We have all this smoked meat that will last us an eternity, but I think we need to start actually making the meat into actual edibles. Is there more tsundere that's not like taiga? You don't like the ultra-violent tsunderes? Isn't that what all the people are really into? They're gonna beat you up because they don't know how to express their feelings properly? Well, isn't that the uwu thing? Oh, I guess we just buy the fudge. We do need food in the... it's expensive. I don't want to buy that much fudge. I guess there's not much we can buy here. Let's see if we can visit this colony to trade. They have enough food to get there. Gersh's Dress Up Darling. A lot of people really do like Dress Up Darling. I remember reading it way before, like long before it got animated. Back in the day, it was called Kono, like Koi no Bisque Doll or something like that. Bisque Doll being like a dress up doll. So basically, yeah, it's the same thing. Dress Up Darling, dress up doll. And it was very. I thought it was a lot of fun when I was reading it back in the day. I'm gonna run a power line real quick. I am gonna start powering up this building. This building needs electricity. There we go. K superior. K is like a very much like an archetypical tsundere, which is why she's like the #1 character at Comiket. In what are we, C108 now? Some of the artists that I follow have been kind of posting snippets of like what they're going to be showing off at C108, and I'm like, man, I think it'd be really cool one day to go to Comiket. I don't think I could ever justify. Ray would never want to go, probably, because it's very much just a line con experience, but I think for me it'd be really cool just to experience like this this level of like weeb culture that I think is something that I don't really get to experience in like my day-to-day life, like something very unique. I think it'd be a lot of fun to try it one day. I need 2 robotic arms, which should be cheap to make. Let's do that. And then I'm gonna need a advanced core and an advanced machine frame. So those will require a lot of things I don't have access to. We'll do that real quick. Dress Up Darling. It's okay. So my Dress Up Darling, I think, is a really fun rom-com. It's really nice in the sense that, at the very least, the characters can communicate, and it's not one of those things where they drag it on for like 300 chapters before anyone confesses. I think they kind of get through the confession part and the dating part relatively early, and then there's just like dating for the rest of the series, and it's fun. And obviously they introduce a bunch of other characters that could be like, you know, secondary girls, but ultimately obviously the main one on the cover, Marin is gonna win. And I think it's fun. I think it's a enjoyable series. Oh my goodness, wait, we can get a core? I need the Persona core. We have 15 days to destroy this bandit camp. Oh, that's kind of far, isn't it? I will wait for the trade caravan to come back. That's gonna be it's like a 4-day journey. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be rough. But I need the core. We need that AI core, so we gotta earn it. I don't know what to do with all this uranium. What's even being stored in here? This is the plasteel storage, that's right. Okay. So I don't think, is there any other tsunderes in like the modern anime scenes that have been like more, that have been common, or not really, right? Like I think the era of tsunderes are just kind of over. The era of tsundere just like kind of ended like in the mid 2010s after like all the Kugirie stuff like Toradora, Zero no Tsukaima, Hayate no Gotoku. What else was she in at that time period? Yeah, that's true. Oh, Shakugan no Shana, I forgot about that. Hidan no Aria was the other one too. Iori from Idolmaster. I think those were really it. Yeah, those are like the real big tsundere ones. You just want a tired office lady or a cute clown lady? Okay, so you're saying you want the Clussy or a MILF. All right, take your pick, I guess. I don't know. I will say, I think okay, here's my personal opinion on anime character designs. I think one character archetype that has not had enough chance to shine in anime and manga is the Jimiko archetype, or the ordinary girl archetype. The ones that look maybe mildly disheveled, not like a complete like girl failure, but I mean like they got glasses, they look normal, right? They're not flashy, they're not like a gyaru, they're not like the twin-tailed tsundere that's like super cute. This is just the typical everyday type of person you might run into. And I'm like, this is a character archetype that I don't think we see nearly enough. No, they're not an idol in the sky. They just wanted to be a normal person, just like a normal romance. Oh, that is a lot of Ratkin. There's how many of them? There's 38 of them. They have guns and maces and insect glaives, and also one of them has a flamethrower. That's not good. Is this thing ready to fire? We do need to upgrade our security system. It'll take them a little bit longer to get over there. Okay, but here's the thing. Oh my goodness, a lot of the girl next door archetype in Western media, a lot of them, especially in like, remember watching a lot of that type of stuff in like on Nickelodeon, all the time what they do in those like girl next door archetype shows of that era is like, oh, they're ugly, we need to make them pretty and more conventionally pretty, you know what I mean? Instead of letting them just embrace their quirkiness or their ordinarity, they're just like, all right, let's, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if whatever I'm trying to say is getting through, but that's kind of what I remember reading from that genre of like Nickelodeon story plot line. I think Disney had a lot of those types of episodes too, where it's like, oh, it's an ordinary girl, but she was actually like a super beautiful underneath, like that. Yeah, I think that's fine. But it's like, what if you just want them to be like a normal person? Oh my gosh, this turret's under fire. Remember reading Love Hina when you're younger? Different from that? No, Love Hina was definitely not appropriate. Love Hina is Love Hina is very much an ecchi manga. Is it a fun ecchi rom-com? Yeah, I actually enjoyed reading it way back in the day. Ken Akamatsu, the mangaka for Love Hina, is probably like one of my favorites. Oh wait, they're besieging us. I never set up the shells properly. Oh shoot. We gotta go. Whoever's got a gun has to go out there and like maybe get rid of them. We gotta stop them. I enjoyed Love Hina. Ken Akamatsu is like probably one of my favorite mangaka, but he kind of stopped doing manga basically because he became a politician primarily to help support Japan's industry and keep it away from like Western, I won't say corruption, but like Western sensibilities affecting Japanese media. I liked Real Life. Okay, so there's actually one, like, so we were talking about like the do-over style series, right, where it's like, hey, this person gets a second chance at like their life. There is another one that did come out that I am actively reading. Oh, they're actually mortaring us. Wait, what? Okay, they gave up. Okay, so Airman Joker did unfortunately get blasted. That's awkward. Okay, we gotta pull back. All right, emergency mode, everyone. Let's quickly deal with this real quick. Safety zone for everyone. Pull back. Oh my god. Wait, what is actually blasting it? Hello, Graven. How are you doing? What is actually like? What are they using? Oh, I guess they're just sun firing. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't easily rescue you. Let's get everyone over here as fast as we can. Ray doesn't have a weapon. Undraft you. Let's get the knights up and running. I'm not sure if I can get Alana to just quickly run over there and like grab you. Let's see if maybe Ixonia can maybe provide fire support. Maybe Hawksby. I'm gonna draft you. Let's see if Alana can quickly just. Alana is pretty heavily armored, so it might be okay. And that we do have a turret that's like kind of locking them down. So if we can just maybe get over here, I'm gonna have you run as fast as you can. Ziryu is trying to hold down the line. The turrets are doing what they can. Ixonia is locking them down. So Alana is getting shot, unfortunately. Can't do much about that. Okay, good. So the shots are holding them back. You're gonna push up to the cover. Let's get these guys hiding behind here. Kahila's ready to blast. Zero, you're gonna hide here. Alana's running as fast as she can. Great. Okay, these guys are being gunned down. Turret's doing what it can. Oh, wait, Alana's torso's been pierced. No, I needed you to like run out there to like try to rescue someone. All right, Marksman doesn't really have any armor. Okay, but you'll be fine, I think. There's a fire. That's fine. Turret's down. Ixonia's holding the line. Still needs to reload. Okay, we're gonna. Oh, do you have enough bullets? Good. So far, so good. All right, you managed to escape. Oh, wait, PC has animals now? Really? Okay, don't fire at will. I don't want them to blast with these weapons. I just need them. Okay, you can. Okay, lock these guys down. Okay, can you fire this? I don't know if you can actually use this in CQC. That might be possible. Ziryu is actually getting beamed quite a bit, which is a bit of a problem. I need Kahila and Xanth to run in there now. Alana's got 8 hours, which should be more than enough to survive. Anyone else have a gun here? Not really. Ziryu was kind of our main gunner here, who's like now busy trying not to die. Okay, Space Case also kind of needs to be protected from Larry Raiden. So far, so good. Okay, you got a gun. Start blasting. Turrets are doing their job. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, I forgot animals were in the game now. Yeah, I forgot you can ranch. I know they put that in like B42, like the beta, but it was like a mechanic I never really engaged with. So that is kind of neat that that's a thing you can do. So I know for a lot of people they enjoy like the farming aspects, and some people turn the game to like a farming simulator. Oh lordy, that is fire. Wait. Another group of Ratkin have arrived? Oh, until this is destroyed, we have to go up there and destroy the heliograph. Oh no! All right, we gotta whoever can fight's gotta fight. Okay, hold on, you stand here. This scuba has to die now. We gotta run up. We gotta kill this one. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're just. Oh my goodness, the flamethrower's just burning everyone. No! Oh Jesus Christ, that's not good. Blast this one. Oh my god. Gotta pull back. That's very. I did that so poorly. Hold on. I did that engagement so poorly. All right, let's get you in there. Let's quickly have you. I thought we could rush after before they would be able to hit us. Okay, you tend to yourself now. Okay, can you quickly kill? Nope. Okay. Oh my goodness, how bad is it? Well, they're burning, but they're not dead. But I think they're on the ground. Yeah, okay, that's a problem. Kahila's on the ground. Okay, let's pull back a little bit. Yeah, the flamethrower one is like, that flamethrower was like way deadlier than I had anticipated it to be. Pull back around the corner here. What are they trying to shoot? They're trying to shoot the turret. It's out of bullets anyways, it's fine. Gonna have, let's have these, okay, let's have, oh no, they're trying to kidnap. Oh shoot, no. Do not let them escape. Kill whoever we can. This is the one with the flamethrower. This one here. Oh my god, I don't know, can I rescue? No, they're just gonna keep flinging flamethrowers at us. Okay, hold on. Can you gotta run up there, man. I need you to just like run up there and like just run past everything. No, you gotta run. We gotta rescue. Okay, kill. This one just refuses to die. I cannot get close enough to kill this one. Okay, come on. Okay, we might be able to intercept there. That's good. Okay, good. So far, so good. Okay. Good. So that one's rescued. Kill this one now. They're still trying to blast us, which is annoying. Oh my god, we're not even over. It's not even over yet. Like, there's still more. Need Alana to wake up. You've tended to yourself. That's fine. Okay, Ziri's still fighting. Move up. Okay, you're still able to fight. Okay. So, you gotta kill this one now, who's trying to kidnap marksman. Come on. Oh my goodness, they're just not letting us stop. I feel like I could have done that better. Let's redo this. I think I could have done that fight a lot better. The one that really screwed it up was the flamethrower. I think we were able to probably hold them down in that corridor, but as soon as that flamethrower one showed up, I was like, oh, I don't have a way to deal with this. We're gonna try this again. But anyways, yeah. You got a big pen and animal. How many people are playing on the server that you're on? Let's see if the raid even shows. If the raid doesn't show up, I'll force a raid, but I did not expect it to be that bad. I think what this really means is that our weapon systems are not, like, we're not prepared for a fight. I'm gonna try that again. But yeah, we're not prepared for a fight at all. Like, we don't have enough people with firearms and whatnot to survive, which is kind of the biggest issue. Too many people in our colony are melee fighters, and very few are actually, like, gunners, and that's kind of the biggest issue. Yeah, we have a lot of, like, melee beaters. We don't have a lot of gunners. Thankfully, Alana... oh, wait, hold on. I gotta name this. We're gonna name this one the... Second Ratlings. Okay, and then their icon will be... we'll give them green. We'll give them the same icon. It should be fine. Okay. Okay, so they are... Okay, so it's a different raid now. Now it's deciding... Okay, now you have to fight mechs instead. Great. Okay, let's see how bad this is. That's a centipede blaster. That's a centurion. I'm sorry, what? Can we even fight this? I don't have RPGs. Can we even do this? I guess we'll try, but this is bad. This is very bad. What are they talking about? Okay, 6 to 10 is a pretty good amount, I would say. As long as you're having fun, and it sounds like you're having a lot of fun, then I think it's worth it. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to kill this. I cannot handle this mechanoid. Our embrasure just got destroyed. Yeah, like, what am I supposed to do about that? Yeah. I think the only solution is, like, we just have to let them, like, walk in here, and then we just have to try to beam them as they, Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Carry. What do you have? Ah, okay, well, you don't have an ear anymore, I guess, so that's fun. Yeah, like, I don't have a way to deal with, centipedes. Space Case can shoot a little bit with an AP round, but it's not going to do that much. We have to just kind of wait for them to approach, and then we can try to beat them. I thought I set up a anti-tank setup, but I think... Yeah, Space Case is the only anti-tank specialist, and it's not nearly enough. You need, like, actual anti-tank weapons to deal with these things at this point, because they're basically the size of, like, a small APC, right? Okay, while we're doing that, let's quickly do this trade before I forget. Oh, they're not there yet. Okay, so that's why we reloaded. I'd rather fight more Ratkin. I don't want to fight more... I don't want to fight more mechanoids. I'm so sick and tired of fighting mechanoids all the time. I know it's part of the game, but there's some times where I wish, like, can I just disable them? Can I just not? Is that cheating? Is that just me being bad at the game? It's probably just me being bad at the game and complaining about things as usual. Let's be around over here. Okay, so now they're beginning their assault. Okay, we'll try and hold them off, but what are we gonna do? They have heavy weapons. We don't. Let's get the Knights awoken. We're gonna have to hope that Xanth and maybe Briston and whoever else is here can intercept and fight. Yeah, because they're gonna approach through that corridor, which Airman Joker can shoot through. Maybe we can try to bait out or try to knock the Lancer out. Okay, small damage. Okay. So far, it's okay. Space Case has to reload after every shot, which is a problem. Alright, we're gonna pull them out. They're just getting beamed. Don't stand there. You're gonna get murdered. Let the turrets do their job. Let the gunners do their job. Just hold this corridor, and the melee fighters will intercept when necessary. Okay, I guess we're not fast enough to intercept it. Okay. Let's beam that over the head. That's fine. That's gonna destroy the turret. That's okay. The Centipede Blasters are doing a lot of damage, but we're still holding the line. Keep holding. Okay, breaking down the walls. Okay. This is why I keep saying I need to update my defenses, because we just don't have proper defenses. Yeah, centipedes are the real problem. Oh my god, you're dying. Zero. Okay, you tend here. Sonia, you can still fight, so we're gonna have you hide in here. So we're gonna have you hide in here. Can't really hide over here anymore, so we'll have you hide here, hide here. Try to just, oh my goodness, here they're just breaking down all the walls. Xanth just got completely beamed. Like we don't have a way to deal with the mechanoid weapons. See, like I hate dealing with this. I'm sorry. I normally try not to do like this many reloads, but I'd rather just fight another Ratkin raid. I am sick and tired of always fighting mechanoids. I know it's like the whole our wealth is so high. Probably could work on our defenses a little more, add more turrets. My solution is just I don't want to deal with them. Unfortunately, a lot of our higher end options here do require plasteel, and we are out of plasteel. Probably do need some AT EMP stuff. I think Ranu, for example, does actually carry EMP rounds, which would be very helpful. Maybe everyone who can't even fight should probably carry just like some bare bones shotguns, like EMP shotguns. Maybe that's the solution. What are my shotgun options? What are my shotgun options? I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna do exactly that. Wait, I don't have... Hold on. Why am I only allowed to make that shotgun? Ratkin sawed-off shotgun. A Saiga 12K would be semi-automatic. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a bunch of these. I think that's what Ranu uses, right? And then we have enough EMP rounds to hopefully just give everyone a stack of EMP rounds. That way we at least have some bare bones defenses last minute. It's gonna take some time to manufacture anyways, and if it sends another raid, I'm just gonna pray it's another Ratkin raid, because otherwise we're completely boned. We cannot defend against some of these other things. Maybe putting some of these flak guns. This entire defensive system is also just like really nonsensical. It doesn't really make sense either. Like, to properly defend this colony, you'd have to strip away... Oh, okay, a tunnel invasion. Okay, so now they're just digging into the colony through the hospital, which is very bad. So we're just gonna get all the knights. And then we're just gonna have them come over here. And as soon as they pop out, we're just gonna beat the ever-loving daylights out of them. Get Alana, get the emergency medical personnel ready, get the other gunners ready as well. Okay, so as soon as they pop out, we're just gonna beam them and hope we're fast enough. Okay, that's a lot of them. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I mean, that worked, kind of, I guess. just shoot whoever we can. Risten is pretty heavily armored, so it should be a little okay. Oh boy. Actually, we might be a little screwed here. Shoot what you can. Okay, you have a grenade. Just, you know what? This is a little friendly fire, but I don't have a choice here. I think we gotta friendly fire this a little bit. Run. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I had no choice. What are you missing, Airman Joker? We'll just replace your limbs. Okay, you're missing 2 legs and a tail. That's fine. We can replace these parts. We can headcanon that these guys came in here to try to attack the patients, which is probably what is actually happening. These guys in here. Okay, man, attack this one. We gotta assassinate whatever we can. Okay, Alana, you quickly tend to Airman Joker right now. We'll survive. Okay, so let's get the other medical personnel. Steve gets over here. Sun needs to get over here. Havel needs to get over here. All right, and then let's just quickly see. Thankfully, they all have a lot of gear that I can actually use. So let's strip this one. And then we'll just try to triage as best as we can. Just look at that. They had a lot of Ratkin magic wands, which if you're not familiar is a euphemism for a grenade. I think. No, it's not a grenade. This is actually a melee weapon that sometimes explodes. Okay, that's ominous. Okay. So, Airman Joker is probably... Okay, you rescue there. And then you rescue... Or no. Rescue Risten. Is there another one here who was dying? Or is it just these 3 primarily? Okay. Then we're gonna strip all of these guys. And if they refuse to join us, we will just execute them, because there's no point in keeping anyone who's not willing to join us. I could probably... Oh, wait. Okay, so Belania will capture. I like this person's hair color, but they're not willing to join us, so... Undraft you. Strip Rosemary, capture Rosemary. Strip Field Runner, and then we'll kill Field Runner. Okay, so... You get captured. You get executed. You get executed. Okay, and then this one over here named Roma. We'll strip, and I think if we can capture... I think she can be captured. At the very least, we're getting a lot of cool gear, so that's nice. Okay, then Alana will undraft you immediately. And then... Space Case, I'm gonna have you come over here. Ah, Royal Tooth the Trench Raider. Sounds like a name of a person who doesn't have much left for this world. And they also have a lot of hardtack, which is kind of nice. Okay, we don't have enough space to capture you, so we'll just kill you now. Okay. I think everyone who was dying will survive. However, I do need to start executing all these people, because they destroyed a lot of my stuff. So finish you off. Strip this one. Finish them off too. This one as well. There we go. Look at that. Look at how easy that was to get rid of these terrible, disgusting, evil ratkin that dared to ruin my home. On the other hand, we now have access to cool helmets, so... Zero, you can have a mask helmet. That'll be kind of sick. Okay, who's dying? Almost dying. Okay, let's undraft all of these. They can do whatever they need to do to keep them alive, I guess. Okay. So, now that we've survived that, we can hopefully rebuild our hospital and tend to everyone's injuries and maybe keep all the cool things that we got. You can execute this one. Castena has no need to survive. Let's get these magic wands. I want these uniforms. These headbands are kind of sick. I think we need more weapons spots here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, link all these together. There we go. That should be fine. That should sort everything out. And let's get all these weapons. We got a lot of Raider sticks. A lot of... Oh, wait. Dang it. We got 2 flamethrowers, but they're both bio-coded. We really need to make our own at some point. All right. All right, while this rebuilds... let's also have Xanth just destroy this thing. There's a lot of bio-coded weapons which are super annoying, so I'll have to dismantle those. Destroy... Smelt all weapons. Do forever that are all bio-coded. Why do I even have what around? I don't know. Oh, we found them. We killed a bunch of people that came in. We stripped them of all their gear. And some of the gear, unfortunately, was bio-coded, so I'm just gonna get rid of them. Oh, here's the trade. I forgot about this thing. We're gonna smelt them down, don't worry. Okay, so we have 6,000 gold. I need meat and I need plasteel. They do have plasteel, thank goodness. I don't think do I need any of these weird ones? Probably not. Ceramic place, beach soda, psych IT, shooting skill trainer. I do think I want. That's a cool book. I guess we'll get this, whatever this one is. I don't really have anything else I want. I mostly just want the plasteel. I need them to have food though. Medicine's probably not bad either. Persona Extension Effector adds a new trait to a persona weapon. Interesting. I think that sounds kind of interesting. So I'll grab that. And then they just need a little bit of food to get through the rest of the journey. So I guess we'll just buy some chocolate. Chocolate, and that's probably fine. All right, let's have them all saunter on back. It'll take them 1 day. This entire section needs to be rebuilt, but thankfully we have a lot of dedicated rebuilders like Ray, and that should be fine. And all the malaria people should be handled soon. The combat suits are really good because I think a lot of these guys do need better combat suits anyways. So that should be okay. All right, while this is happening, and since we're rebuilding everything and resorting through all this nonsense, I will use the restroom again because I've been chugging this big old steiner of water. So let's let this... Oh wait, I need more research. Let's see. What gives me better defenses? Actually, you know what I just realized could have probably helped dealing with some of the things that we were fighting? I, for some reason, keep forgetting that I actually have a mech suit with an autocannon with armor-piercing high explosive rounds. This thing could probably delete most mechs. It would probably help if I remember that exists. So we'll try to do that in the future. Okay, so first and foremost, this thing I need to... Is there a way to pause this? No, okay, so... actually, wait, there's... Okay, so we're going to turn these off real fast. I don't want them to use plasteel, so I'm going to turn off these devices. Because the only plasteel that should be used is to make the metal refinery, which is going to eat up everything that we have. So that should be fine. That'll be fine. Because components are very simple, so that should be okay. There we go. Let them rebuild everything, and we'll get all these cool helmets and ominous looking masks. Let's get all these inside. I don't want to lose any of these combat suits because they're pretty sick. We just fought for these, and then I think we need more clothing spots. I think we ran out, so we're just going to fill up every spot here. It doesn't really matter at this point. Beautiful. Okay. All right, let me let the game run. I'll be right back. And then we can talk more about Zomboid and other things. Because, again, I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I do want to play some Zomboid this week, probably. Okay. What happened? Okay, so they bypassed the turrets. Kristen doesn't have his weapon. Marksman's obviously knocked out. Can't really fight. What are the other knights? Okay, so Zuposa can fight at the very least. These guys can't really fight. Okay. That's fine. We'll tackle this one step at a time. The lifter's probably gonna die. They're already inside here. Thankfully, these guys do have axes and weapons, so they're not completely incapable of fighting. You have a gun. Who's the gun? We don't have any bullets. Okay. Well, it's better than nothing. Okay, so who else has a weapon here? Umi's got a weapon. Let's get Umi out here too. Havel does have a weapon as well, so do what we can. Okay. Okay, Ray's got no weapon, unfortunately. Bristen's fighting best as he can. Now, Steve does have a sword, so we'll have Steve join in the fight. And get rid of the flyer and just get Risten his weapon back. Oh, wait. Risten can't carry weapons anymore because he's missing an arm. Why are we throwing things at me? Oh, did you send me a message on Discord? You did. All right, let me take a look. Oh, that is a random fun fact. Okay. But I will look at that fun fact after we resolve this fun fact of a fun fight. Okay, so Hawaii 5-0 is holding the line. These two are out here. Let's get them over here to maybe gun that down. Xanth got completely ripped apart by the bugs. So that's not good. Okay, we gotta get you tended. Immortal's on the ground. Ilana needs to get over here and keep Immortal alive. Okay. Kristen needs to go back and lie back down in bed. You need to lie down in bed. Okay. Boomhouse is dying. Need a lot. Okay, we gotta tend to these one at a time. Ah, and we have the plague too. Look at that. Look at all these people with the plague. Airman, Joker, Sun, Hawksby, Havel, Ziryu, Kahila, among others. Okay. Gonna turn on emergency mode for you. Let's have you come over here. Let's knock out this bug. Let's see. Where's the other bugs? Okay. Gotta keep Mashi alive. We gotta go down here. Kahila got ripped apart too, unfortunately. Okay, Sonya's gonna try to gun down. Gotta keep Hawaii 5-0 alive best we can. It's actually fighting them back, which is really funny. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, there's like one over here that I must have missed, and it's destroying my sintering furnace, which is annoying. Good God, everyone's dying. We'll have Umi go over there and kill that. Okay. Xanth is dying and needs to be rescued, so let's quickly rescue Xanth. Oh no! Hawaii 5-0 did die. Okay, that's not good. I was hoping Hawaii 5-0 could survive, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. Okay, one step at a time. Exonia's gonna stay alive. Knock this one out. Okay, let's get these guys alive. Okay, good so far. Alright. So you're gonna be fine. You tend there. You undraft rescue. You undraft and... Oh, Havel should be able to finish these off, right? Okay. Thankfully, we can revive our dead robot friend, but it's going to require a bit of extra resources, which is kind of annoying. I think he's considered a medium? That's a large. Okay, so he does need... He's a heavy, so I do need to repair him. That's fine. Okay, so that's fine. You'll survive. Who else is dying that needs to be immediately tended to? Undraft, undraft, undraft. You'll be fine. I want these all dead. Finish off the Mega Spider. God, it's like I'm playing Factorio dealing with biters all over again. Truly a Factorio experience. The problem is we do not have enough people. We do not actually have enough hospital beds for everyone who's dying. Which is actually a bit of a problem because there is a lot of dying people. All right, rescue Boomhouse is fine. Ray is injured and has 17 hours. Maybe you should get into a hospital bed. There's no more spare hospital beds. Okay. Awkward. How about this? Why don't we temporarily not accept patients? We're not taking any patients in right now. My priority is to tend to all the injuries of the dying and make sure they're not going to explode. Rescue Kahila. Okay. Because we now have to tend to the diseases, because a lot of people have the plague. And the plague is very bad because it's going to quickly rip through our diseased pawns before we even know what's happening. Okay. Who else had the plague? Okay, Sun's got the plague. Okay. You're allowed to self-tend, so at the very least you can tend to yourself. And then Havel's got to self-tend after this too, because that's gonna be really bad. Zan survives, Risten survives, Immortal survives, Marksman needs to be tended to, because that plague is gonna be really nasty. This door's not even fixed yet, which is a bit of an issue still too, so we gotta get that fixed. Where's my builder? Hawksby is my builder, which you do have a mild plague, which does need to be tended to. We can fix that up real fast, and then we'll get Hawksby up and running momentarily, but I need to make sure we're no longer dealing with the elements. Oh my goodness, now there's a giant army of Ratkin that are just passing through. All right. Okay, anyways, for those who came in a little later, have you heard the story of my wonderful hotel experience that me and Ray had to deal with? Should I retell the grand story of this disgusting hotel that we immediately walked out of because it was so terrible? Oh my goodness, Risten's on a rampage. Well, we'll let Risten just kind of get through this, I think. So we can calm Risten down. We haven't even tended to the plagues yet. A lot of the plagues are still untended yet. Oh my god. Tend to that. And then you gotta quickly tend to all these too. There's so many things we gotta do to triage everything. It never ends. Okay. Okay, let's make sure Marksman's not gonna die of the plague either. I at least have a decent amount of medicine. Okay, then Havel's next. Havel's tended. Space Case is next. Okay. And Ziryu's probably after that. Okay. Thankfully, we have all this. Okay, that's great. Okay, so then 10 to 0. Okay, so the problem is we do not have enough limbs. Unfortunately, some of these pawns, due to the ridiculous engagement that we just dealt with, are now missing parts. Risten, for example, does not have any arms. Risten is is just 2 legs, which is a problem. It is a very, very big problem. So now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about that. Because I would like to get Risten bionic arms, but we don't exactly have the resources for bionic arms right now because of the sheer plasteel cost of it. Yeah, literally the Black Knight at this point. Let's see. If anyone's missing a leg, I can replace the leg at a minimum. Fine. Oh, Umi doesn't have a stomach anymore. Stab scars, blast injuries on Xanth. Missing a thumb. Okay. Oh my gosh, Airman Joker has no legs at all. And also doesn't have a nose. Okay, so at least we can get a leg there. So let's fix... One small step at a time is, I think, how we have to do this. One small injury repaired with the power of modern technology. Okay, and then we have to repair Hawaii 5-0, which I think only Immortal can do. And Immortal is vaguely injured. Not that badly. So, at the very least, we can have you consume meal. And I think we might be running out of food, right? Oh, no, we have enough meals to last us. Okay. Okay. Wait, why are we running? Oh my goodness, the bugs are still alive. Great. Supposer you got a weapon. Yeah, it's just a mess. We got plagues, we got injuries. Like, we are basically in just full triage mode, trying to keep ourselves alive and not exploding into a million tiny pieces. It's gonna take some time, though. We'll try to make it happen, though. Okay, so you just bop this one over the head. Okay. Then I want Immortal to... Must be emptied. What? How do I empty this waste packs? Oh, I need to put the waste packs in a freezer, don't I? Wait, I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Did I ever unlock the power of a... one of those things that fling things around? Drop pod launchers? Pod launchers, okay. Thankfully they're really cheap, so I can just put one here. Fantastic. Let's get one of those slammed out. Because I would like to repair Hawaii 5-0. Hawaii 5-0 did a really good job just tanking everything, which I appreciate. Must be emptied. How do I empty this? Is the game going to explain how this thing gets emptied? Or is it just a thing that I'm assumed to know? Or do I need a... Oh, you know what? I think I need a dumping ground for it. That's the problem. Oh my goodness, another set of plagues. Drunken Wayfarer is the plague now too. Okay. What if I put the... I need a freezer to put the toxic waste packs. Can I just put a toxic waste pack in these things? You cannot? What is it called? Is it actually called a tox pack? I thought it was called a waste pack. I guess you can't. I guess it only counts food items. Okay, Almond Roll and Company have arrived home. We need to empty it of its toxic packs, which means I need a way to dump it somewhere, and then I need to then fling it out and about into the void, which is also going to require a little bit of extra work, because I think that's the reason why we can't empty it. Yeah, you need a dedicated spot to dump it, which is fine. So, where is Hawksby, who is my primary builder? Maybe you don't install the bionic leg, and we have someone who's at least more comfortable doing that type of surgery, installing the bionic leg. Okay. What the heck? Where'd the leg go? Where'd the bionic leg go? There we go. Okay, let's haul this, and then I'll have Alana do the operation. Because I'm pretty sure Alana can do this, like, without any issue. Guess we'll do an occupancy check here. Okay, so there we go. So at least Airman Joker will have legs, and then it's just a matter of getting wrist and arms, which is really weird to say. So we have more medicine, great. Skill trainer shooting, great. This one had chocolates and other things. Okay, so who's gonna get the skill trainer for shooting? Let's see. Who needs to be a decent gunner so I can add another gunner to my stack of gunners? I think we'll give it to Hayashi. I think Hayashi's capable of being a gunner. Okay. Ah, here we go. Unholy is now a child and can do basic work. Fantastic. Remain a pioneer. Can now do basic work tasks. Okay. Unfortunately, this means we'll need to set up a school. Unfortunately, we don't really have much in the way of a education area because they're a little small. Well, my solution is we're gonna just yeet it into the void. We're gonna just send it to a bunch of tribals that I don't like and they can deal with it themselves. It's not my problem anymore if I just get rid of it, so I have a solution. So this will be waste packs. And it just gets hauled right into the transport pod every single time. We have enough steel to not care anymore. Okay, so I need to get this other thing built now. So where's Hawksby? I want this. No, oh, I think it's Immortal. Immortal's got to build it. Okay. There's a lot of things we got to get done, but this will be done. I will say at least giving the pawns caffeine seems to at least help them out a little bit and make them a little bit zoomier. Let's take a quick look at our health and just see who's not going to survive the plague. Okay, so according to this right now, everyone should survive the plague, though Hawksby is probably the closest one that might not survive the plague. But the 10 quality is 100%, so that should be going up in his favor soon enough, and everyone else should be Gucci. You know what? Even if the tribals just raid us, that's fine. We can gun them down. It's everyone else that I'm concerned about. Yeah, tribals don't concern me. It's everything else that concerns me. Because, let's see here. There's a nearby tribal camp here that's Zantaka tar pit. That's probably where we'll dump it. And it should be fine. Because, hey, if they come by, that's just free bodies for us to rip apart, right? I'm not going to say no to free murder. Get these things dumped out of here. This thing occasionally is supposed to find plasteel, but I've never seen it find plasteel before. Okay, so that should be Looks like 25 plasteel. We should be able to make this because I believe that's the advanced AI core, if not the frame. That's the frame. Okay, so then the core's after that. Okay. Next is we need the AI core. So we should have enough to build the metal refinery. And then that'll be... So that'll solve a lot of our problems. Where's Hawksby? I need someone to build this out. Because we need to do all this in order to be able to revive the Hawaii 5.0, so that we can at least get that up and running again. Ah, we got Glitterworld medicine. Cool. Let's make sure we don't use them, because every time we get Glitterworld medicine, we keep using them for some reason. Okay. I will say, it is interesting doing a longer run colony like this, but obviously, since I'm not a player that does kill boxes, a lot of these fights tend to be a lot more difficult than they need to be. Maybe I should embrace kill boxes. Maybe I should be one of those people that's like, all right, today I will become the kill box monger. I know it's generally a thing people do because it's a way safer option, but I don't know. I try not to do kill boxes too often because I find them kind of ugly. And as we all know, in games like this, aesthetics is the most important aspect of any game. Okay, so we should be able to order Immortal to empty this now. So, let's see here. We got everything we need to build this out, I think. So I should be able to order Hawksby to just dump everything we need. That's true, I am playing with CE. Does it... Wait, does that make it worse? Okay, grab these. And then let's revive Hawaii 5.0. Okay, so we'll load that. And then this one, we're going to load in every waste pack we have. Because otherwise they'll deteriorate over the course of how long? 16 days? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Well, that is like the main thing, right? Like, there's like a lot of other tactics. There's a lot of ways to deal with this, and I'm just choosing the worst way every single time, apparently. And that's obviously like my own fault. I mean, if the tribals raid me, that is not a concern. I care little for the opinions of the tribals factions. If they choose to perish by going against me, then they shall perish. That is simply their lot in life. Alright, let's have Immortal revive this. It's gonna take a while. We get this built out now too. Hawksby's getting the last parts of it. 100 steel. Okay. Come on. I think Immortal needs a backpack. Oh, we do have a backpack, okay. Maybe you don't need to carry that many javelins. Okay. How long will this take? C plays on elastic because you're going to shred a central kill box. That is also very true, unless you like have a specific material to keep it alive. Okay, so Hawaii 5.0 will take about 5 days to come back to us. That's not too bad. Okay, we are not having enough power. We have enough power overnight to keep us going, which is fine. Okay. Alright, let's see how this operates. Okay, so refined plasteel. As long as you put steel and chem fuel next to it, it will produce plasteel at a fairly rapid pace. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this electric tailor bench. I'm going to move it, like, over here. Because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move... Let's see here. I'm going to make a copy of one of these. And then... I'm going to need one for steel. Like having a long gun tunnel, not pop-up bunkers. I probably should be doing that. Like, I normally try to do, like, multi-defenses sometimes, but I've been a little lazy in this run, and so we only have, like, a singular... Like, and it's very much just a very basic mini turret. We're kind of gated by plasteel, and that's kind of been our biggest issue. This thing... Why am I burning through my electricity stores so fast? Is this... Do I not have anything else? It might help if I upgrade this generator, though. It might help if I upgrade this. That at least adds a bit more. Okay, so if I launch this over here... Yoink. Vanilla expanded factories full of raw materials, but you companies much. I've seen... I mean, I don't use vanilla expanded factories personally. I try not to use too many vanilla expanded stuff. My personal factory mod of choice is I personally choose to use Rim Factory Extended. That's my choice for factory mod. Where did Hawksby go? You might want to get into a bed there, buddy, so we can tend to your injuries. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of mods will give you a lot of jade, and I just sell the jade, because quite frankly, what am I going to do with this? No, don't use the Glitter World medicine. Use the normal medicine. We have standard medicines. Okay. Hawksby will survive. What are you grabbing? Stop grabbing the glitter medicine. No, just use the normal medicine. He'll survive. There we go. Also, I don't know where this rabbit came from, but I'm just gonna slaughter it. We don't really need that rabbit there. Okay. Who is my other builders that I need to order to move things around? Hayashi, Ray, Zan, and Umi. Okay, so why don't we have Umi do this? Umi does need a new stomach, so we'll have to worry about that at some point in the near future, but we can worry about that later. It's okay, Ray, that rabbit didn't need to exist, so that's why we're putting it down, so that it can live a fruitful life in a land far, far away. Put another weapon rack here, and this one's just gonna store shotguns, I guess. Just throw a bunch of, what are we using? Saigas, I think? Saiga 12Ks? Okay, so this one I want to store chem fuel. Since we do make a decent amount of chem fuel, this actually is relevant, so... chem fuel goes in here. Critical. Then we're gonna make another one. Put it like right... Put it right here. This one's gonna store strictly steel. Make this one important, and this one should probably drop down to preferred. And then I'm gonna put another one of these wooden supply shelves. Put it here, and this one will create all the plasteel that we're gonna dump in here. And then we have to supply conduit this all the way to the other room there. So run this cable line, and that should be fine. And then you quickly slap this out now. This needs to get out of here. Okay. We should be okay with that. The sun is dying. We'll survive. But most defense have by bunkers and you try to prioritize on approach. I should be doing that, honestly. Like, this colony cannot handle certain like threat levels like mechs anymore, and it's partly because my own fault of not really focusing on expanding the defenses of the colony. So my next goal is to improve our colony defenses significantly once we get the plasteel going. Also, on top of the plague, we also have malaria. So I think Havel is actually affected by both the plague and malaria. Oh yeah, Havel is just got the double whammy. My god. That's so awful. Havel can't catch a break. In Rager's initial wall bunkers, they can still move to the side and break line of sight. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, like I said, these defensive systems are not very ideal, but we'll fix it. We're gonna fix these one step at a time. So next thing is, this one is what? Preferred. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna, because a lot of our chem fuel is essentially poop based. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna drop off a bunch of these, so we can move them to the correct, spot. Same with the steel. I need to move a lot of the steel to the correct drop-off locations, and that should at least start automatically making plasteel. Let's make sure it gets dumped on that tile, and then it'll feed directly into these devices, which I'm going to turn back on so we can at least make advanced components. And now our plasteel issue has been saved. We are now no longer dealing with a plasteel shortage because of this beautiful thing. Just do this basically forever. It makes... I don't know how much plasteel it makes per order, but my guess is that since it's using 20 steel, it's 20 steel per plasteel. So we're at this point, we're going to be a little fuel gated now. So the solution is we have to start turning chem fuel, or making wood from chem fuel. That's probably what we have to do. Fucking Wayfarer is starving. Why? How are you starving? You have food. You're contemplating uranium select turret on every bunker. I might have to do that. Like I said, we've been using basic mini steel turrets, and I have a lot of other options that I want to embrace, but I just haven't had a chance to do so in quite some time. Especially because, again, we got hit with like 2 back-to-back major fights, and so we're just trying to survive. We're just trying to tend to our injuries, and then we can come back fighting. ever stronger. Why do we have a Bible? You know what, son? Equip the Bible. That Bible is yours. You cannot equip the Bible because you're incapable of violence. Interesting. So if you can't do violence, you can't equip the Bible. Cool. Let's do this leadership speech real quick. Get this out of the way. Rosemary's got an emergency. Are you gonna die? You're probably dead. Yeah, that's fine. A meteor shower? Wow. Steel and a bunch of other rocks I don't really care about. We'll just leave them all. Just leave it there. Power and components. I actually am running into a lot of power problems too. I've considered fusion power as an option, but the main issue is I don't have a TFT module and I don't know how to get one right now. And so without it, we can't really do fusion power. So we're kind of reliant on solar and wind during the day and putting them into our battery bank to try to survive through the evening. But that as well is starting to stretch a lot because the wind turbines kind of suck, and as much fun as it would be to get the advanced ones, they also are a little rough, and this entire field is just not large enough to do the things that I needed to do. So again, my main priority is upgrade this giant death wall. Okay, Marksman is at least functional again. Great. He better be, considering I gave him a bunch of Architect parts. An Architect part. Yes, let's make sure that's fine. Havel's the biggest concern, but Havel's immune from the plague now, so at this point it's just surviving the malaria, which should also be fine. Let's take a look again. I just want to double check the numbers. Looks like everyone will survive their diseases right now. Everyone's tended to, whether it's the plague or malaria. Santh is probably the only one who's a little iffy, but it should still be fine. Okay. Anyways, while the game is kind of just playing itself in the background while we try to get this up and running. Oh, there we go. It's working now. Oh, yes, make me more plasteel. It's a little slow, unfortunately. I could try to overclock it, but again, that's a lot of power that I cannot afford right now. So for now, let's just let this kind of operate for a bit, and then we'll try to figure out what I need to do next. You've been playing Mahjong until you have a slight headache. You probably should take a break from Mahjong. I want to talk about this for the people who didn't get to see this earlier. Anyways, me and Ray stayed at a hotel this weekend. It was the worst thing I've ever stayed at. I stayed at a lot of hotels in my lifetime, especially because I have to travel a decent amount to go see Ray and other things. We stayed at this disgusting hotel. It was awful. To the point where I had to record a video and tell the front desk, like, basically demanding a refund, like, listen, we walked into that room, we walked out within 30 minutes. We're just like, we're done. We can't be in here anymore. It's just that bad. So imagine this. We walked into this hotel. It's a little seedy. I thought on Google Maps it looked pretty good. It smelled like tobacco as you walk in. If you've never smelled a room with tobacco, it's a very strong scent, and all you will smell is tobacco. Let me show you some screen caps from the video that I took of our wonderful hotel room. So, first and foremost, there is no smoke detector. I complained to the hotel, like, hey, this room smells like tobacco. It's like someone smoked in there. And they were trying to tell me, no, sir, it can't smell like smoke because we're a non-smoking hotel. Well, motherfucker, it smells like smoke because there's no goddamn smoke detector because someone was smoking in the room. They took it off. And then, for whatever reason, our hotel did not have a proper deadbolt. It's just, there's nothing for that stupid thing to latch onto. Okay, what is the point of this thing? So that's another safety thing. And for whatever reason too, the area near the door, on the door frame where the door handle is, like, you know, the door handle bolt, it's just bent out. Like someone has been trying to force open this door. And I'm like, this is incredibly unsafe. And it was insane. And hold on, there's more too. So not only was this room like completely unsafe, filled with a scent of smoke, no smoke detector, which is apparently a massive fire code violation. You like stains on your pillowcases? Some yellow piss or mysterious fluid stains? That's a thing you can get at this hotel too. No pillow covers on half of the pillows? Don't think I want to put my bare head on these bare pillows. Oh, and you're gonna love this. Every sheet comes with a beautiful little mysterious human matter stain. It was brown. I did not want to touch it, and I wasn't gonna sniff it. And I was like, we basically walked out almost immediately, and we're just like, I want my fucking money back. Like, this is ridiculous. And there's like, and since we booked through a third party, they're like, well, you have to go through them, and we'll authorize. And I'm like, okay, good. So no, we did not sleep there. I basically, it's like, we're not. I'd rather just drive back, because the problem was, like, we were in an area that was 3 hours away from where Ray lives, and so I drove 3 hours in the morning. So I've been up since 8 a.m. and we got to the hotel around like 4 or 5, and they couldn't move us to another room because they were completely booked out because of the concert that we were attending. And so what ended up happening was, around midnight, I just kind of like started looking on my phone if there's any hotels that I could stay at that wasn't going to cost me an arm and a leg, because a lot of them were like charging way more, like way over rate. So we ended up going to the town where me and Ray got married, and there was actually a hotel available, thank God, that was like a 3-star, like a 4 points, and it was like 150 US for the night, which is about how much I paid for the other hotel anyways. So I was like, it'll wash out. And I was like, oh, thank the Lord. I was not going to survive driving 3 hours. I drove an hour out of the concert area instead of having to drive 3 hours all the way back, because I was already starting to get super drowsy. And I was like, if I have to drive for 3 more hours when it's just me with my music down because Ray's asleep and I don't want to wake her up, I was gonna die. So in the idea of not becoming a statistic, I chose to we'll just stop here. And that's what ended up happening. Like, we went to a YOASOBI concert. It was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. But good Lord, that hotel should be condemned. Like, legitimately, I kept saying this, but I was so mad. Like, this hotel should not be allowed to exist. Like, whoever owns this place should be jailed for the literally completely unsafe conditions that this thing exists in. I was so incensed. Like, I was that frustrated by the existence of this place. What's the moral of the story? Not really anything, other than if you're gonna run a hotel, don't suck. We did not sleep there in the end, thank God. I refused. So the thing is too, like, Ray was having an insane amount of like allergies throughout the day. So, and it was starting to get fine once she took some medicine, but as soon as she walked in that hotel room, like, it just kicked up like way back, like kicked up to 11, and she was dying again. So that's like another reason like why we just like, yeah, we cannot stay here. It is so bad. Are we not storing all the Ratkin weapons? Hold on. Ratkin. Why are we not storing the magic wands? We need to store the magic wands. What are we gonna do? I need the magic wands here. Throw in the guns too. Screw it. Yeah, I want everything there. There we go. Look at those beautiful storage for all of our wonderful firearms. Okay, and then these. Let's just all copy, link, paste. So that way all these clothes can be stored neatly in those little areas. Wait, what? Oh, these guys are converting each other. That's really funny. Convert, then recruit. And then convert, then recruit. Because after they get converted, we kind of throw them into the void room where they'll never see the light of day ever again. That's fine. Okay, this area can finally fix this up a little bit, because we've been trying to fix these. This entire section's been like a disaster to like repair. Ugh. Because I built it over mud. And building over mud is such a huge mistake. Don't ever build over mud. Just make sure you fill it with proper dirt. Okay. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to fill this entire lake in. Is the next major goal is to fill a lot of this in. Let's get rid of this foundation. And then I need to basically build an outer wall once it's been properly certified. Ooh, mobile refinery. Hold on, wait. Maybe they'll sell me a TFG module. Wait. That's really funny. Unholy is a child, but he's allowed to trade on the comms console. Why? Why are you allowed to trade on this? I'm not gonna question it. Okay, so they will sell me a lot of plasteel. Fantastic. If only they had a TFG module, we could immediately go into helium-3 fuel fusion power. Unfortunately, they don't have one. Maybe I just buy all the helium-3, and if we get a TFG module, I can immediately go into H3 fuel production. It's not the worst idea, I think. It is a valid option. I think it's H3, right? Or is it DH3? I can't remember. Maybe just buy both. I have enough to buy both. Yeah, sure, why not? Just buy them both. Okay, so then we need to store these somewhere until I can... I need to store them until I can figure out where I'm going to put them. So I'll put the mystical fuel over here for now. Storage. I think it's out of steel for now. Put this one as helium 3, and then we'll make this one deuterium. I can't remember the combinations for this comms. 3, I'm a big kid. Give the kid what he wants. Well, you know what? Maybe this is a very smart kid who knows exactly what to do to, you know, request fuel and plasteel. Because he understands, oh, colony need plasteel, please. Okay, kid, send us the silver. Okay. And that's essentially what happened. God, I love this big stupid construction robot. It's so good. This thing knows what it's doing. I love it. Look at all that steel. Oh, if only we could keep sorting through this. Okay, so that's fine. We got all the things we need. We got plasteel. We're cooking plasteel at a somewhat slow rate, but at least we have it. Okay, yeah, our power's not enough. Our power is dropping every single night. I think we're gonna replace this with the advanced geothermal gen. And then I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with these wind turbines. I could try to go for the advanced turbines, but I'd have to completely rebuild this entire section, which is not the end of the world, it's just more annoying. You'd have to basically do 1, 2, 3. So it'd basically go up to the wall. I mean, I guess that's fine. We did need to redo our entire power grid anyways. Since we have plasteel and advanced components, this is not the end of the world, it's just more annoying. And then basically have to strip this entire section out, get rid of the solar gens and the wind turbines, and replace them all with the advanced ones. So at least we have renewables. If we get fusion, we'll have fusion, which is not a renewal, but it's at least a decent option. And that should fix a lot of these problems that we're running into. Oh my gosh, who's dying? Hamel's still dying of the malaria. God, malaria takes forever to get tended to. Good gracious. Okay, actually, now that we have all these components too, before I forget, since we have all this, I want to give Riston arms again. So we're gonna do our best to give Riston arms. And I think also, Airman was missing a leg. So let's do that. Oh, and you need a tail too? Oh my goodness, we need so many bionics. Okay. Alright, well, let's do that then. Let's get that done. Where are we moving all the steel? Oh, the advanced generators. Okay, that's what we're doing. Hello, Garm. Good evening. How are you doing? Oh, Garm, I don't know if you've driven on the Gordie Howe Bridge, but that thing is amazing. It is probably the best bridge I've ever driven on. It is truly a work of civil engineering that I can't believe took this long to build and open. It is truly one of the bridges of all time. Oh, holy cow, that is a lot of apples we gotta move in now, too. Apples. Oh, right, I think we were gonna turn the apples into juices. I think was the main thing. God, we have not been able to make our pawns eat anything useful. We gotta hunt down more animals. Let's kill everything that's this. We have some meats. A lot of rats hanging around, too, for some reason. Let's call the rats. We can at least grill some steaks and other meats. Once we get more grains, we'll be able to actually eat other foods. Unfortunately, a lot of these will take forever to grow. It has been only open for 2 weeks, yes, but it is so nice because the Ambassador Bridge is like 1 lane in each direction. This thing is like a 3-lane behemoth each way. The only problem was coming back into the States where the line was like, I want to say 45 minutes it took me to get through customs, which is not ideal. It kind of sucked, but what are you gonna do, right? It is a very cool bridge. Anyways, hopefully you're feeling good and you're not super sick. I know you were sick last week. Hopefully you're not as sick this week, but I don't know what your health is like. Let's make this one critical's fine. At least we can just keep dumping this in here. You still are. Oh jeez. Hope you'll be okay. That is unfortunate to hear. Being sick sucks. I get it. Being sick is awful. Where's Hawksby? Is Hawksby still dying of something? Okay, he's no longer dying of the plague. Great. Let's have you construct all this stuff. I want to see these buildings functioning. What is the thing that you forgot to post? You might have, because I don't know if you posted whatever the thing you're talking about is. Okay, let's see here. Let me drink my water. There we go. This should significantly improve our power generation for the time being until we get some fusion power up and running. Then hopefully with all this plastic we can finally get some better turrets. There we go. That makes 3,000 compared to 1,700, which means our batteries will recharge way faster overnight. It does eat up a little bit more space, but it should be fine, I think. And then we got the advanced generator here now producing 5,200. So yeah, that's a lot of power production improvements. We'll get the other one soon. Okay. What's the next thing that this colony needs? Security for a brighter future. We could put IEDs. We could put automatic charge blaster turret. What is this from? Combat extended? If we do a remote turret controller with an autocannon. Only 12 spots. That would be kind of sick. Or if we do a quad-mounted machine gun? That also sounds kind of nuts. Maybe just a basic autocannon turret would probably be the best option instead of trying to think of anything super crazy. Maybe extend it out to be 4 deep, and then you can put 2 autocannon turrets, and then you can put like a smaller wave of mini turrets in front, because I think the autocannon turrets can shoot over. Uranium selectors are also an option, but I think autocannon's probably cheap enough, so maybe we do that. What if we just put them on the flanking for now? Enjoy? Let's take a look. I am curious to know what you posted. What did you post? Oh, very nice. Wait, wasn't there like a Kigurumi-con recently, like Otakon or something? One of my friends was at like a Kigurumi-con recently. I have no idea what it was called, but I saw some photos of it, and I was like, oh, that is some pretty impressive stuff. Nice job with the Kigu. How are you doing, Immortal? Good evening. Hopefully you're having a good night as well. You missed the hotel talk. Well, I guess I won't get into it anymore, but yeah. Ah, got it. You had work. Okay, that's probably what it was then. The project to not burst into flames continues. What do you mean to not burst into flames? Okay, let's add an autocannon turret to each of these corridors. Start building the bullets for these two. I don't know what bullets these need. Playing probably stolen. What's probably stolen? Oh, surviving the summer. Good luck. Oh, it's Cyberpunk Shopkeeping Simulator. Is this an inventory management game? I don't have any immediate plans to play this. The week is more or less like the week is kind of planned out already. The only thing that I'm not sure about is Thursday, because Thursday I got so last week while I was sick, I did get a code for that new Hooded Horse game. What was it? Corsair Cove, which was like the like the pirate colony builder, and I was like kind of interested in streaming that, but obviously I was not able to stream it last week, so it's either Zomboid or that for Thursday, and we'll see which one we're gonna do. It looked interesting. What did I not notice? Did you send something else? Did I miss something? What did I miss about the key? Did I miss something? What did I miss in the picture? I see hotel. I see the graph. I might be blind. I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't know what I'm missing. No. If we're doing Zomboid, we're not doing multiplayer Zomboid this week. It'll probably be next week or the weekend. Is it graph? Wait, is this supposed to be Whiskey? I thought Whiskey had the big braid, unless I'm not seeing the braid. Or is it, look at that one. The other one would be Prince Eugen, but this one I don't think is Prince Eugen's hairstyle, is it? Am I blind? Am I crazy? I might be crazy. It's been so long since I looked at Count Cole ships that are not the ones that I care about. Yeah, if we do Zomboid, it's just literally exploring the new stuff. Exploring the new areas, the new systems, and then we'll do multiplayer in the future week. But again, to emphasize again, if we do multiplayer Zomboid, we will only be doing... The server will only be live when I'm live, like with maybe an hour before and after buffer. So that no one can progress beyond... Or no one can progress super far ahead, and everyone has to kind of progress at the same rate. It's the only way that I can force it. Oh, okay, got it. Your Whiskey in Graph's uniform. Okay, what is this event? I'm sorry, what? The Penumbra. A space entity. A space entity of unimaginable size has made first contact with a local star, resulting in the beginning of a long-lasting eclipse. The daylight is beginning to dim, casting a vast penumbra over the planet. Solar output and temperatures will continue to drop as the eclipse deepens. Prepare your power grids and indoor agriculture before the true darkness arrives. That sounds ominous. Does this mean I have to go build indoor growing now? No, I don't think it's an. I'm pretty sure this is vanilla expanded events, because I know they did like some update a while ago that apparently broke a bunch of people's saves, and it adds like it has like a bunch of these like long-term events. I know one of them is like a great winter event. Let me see. Let me double check this one. Let me see. Penumbra. There's the Whiteout, the Scorch, the Long Night. Here we go. Okay, so the Long Night. Penumbra lasts between 10 to 15 days. Global temperature slowly drops by 5 centigrade over the course of the duration, and light level is capped at 75%. That's interesting. Let's see here. Stage 2 will last 5 to 10 days. Global temperature drops by another -15. Light level caps at 25%. The final stage, or the totality, lasts 15 to 30 days. Global temperature drops by another 20, or by a total of 20 now instead of 15. Psychic sensitivity of everyone increases. Rest need of everyone drops faster. Human raids have their commonality reduced. Infestations and manhunting appear more often. Light levels capped at 0%. Yeah, unfortunately, so this means my solar power system actually is no longer useful. It's not going to be as useful for the foreseeable future. So really, I need to get diffusion power, but I don't have a TFG module. The only way to get one is I get a Persona Core. So my only solution to that is I have to do this quest that I kept ignoring and go to the bandit camp. If I can do this, I get a Persona Core. A Persona Core I can flip into a TFG module. TFG module will allow me to make, fusion power. The problem is that area is like a 3-day journey each way. Yeah, it's like the last autumn, but it's only temporary. It's 4 days each way, so by the time it's done, would it even be worth it at that point to go over there to build fusion power, or do we just try to figure out alternative power sources? If we don't have solar power, we'll actually freeze to death. Maybe the other solution is we just make a bunch of giant batteries and hope that the batteries can last through the power shortage, but no, I think it's better if we just do this now. Just rip the band-aid off and try to get it done. Yeah, I think we don't have a choice. I'm gonna take whoever's like capable, and we're gonna send him on a mission. They gotta kill 12 bandits, so basically whoever can fight He's gonna have to go. And maybe ideally doesn't have a plague. Or malaria. So I guess it's probably we're gonna take Z Opposer. Person doesn't really have any armor. I think the gunners are all fine. We'll take Almond Roll and Drunken Wayfarer. We'll take Ziryu. We'll take Exonia. I do want to... That's what? Maybe that should be enough to take care of it? Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 4 people. 5 people. And then I think we take like 2 of the Muffalos. I think that's all we can really do. 4 against 12 is a really rough call, but I think we don't have a choice. I think they'd be able to do it anyways, but it's gonna be risky. We'll make sure they have enough food, so we'll bring for 100. 8 meds is probably fine. I need to make sure at least one of these people is like a good doctor. As long as one of them's like a capable doctor, it should be fine. I might need to bring another. What if we send Alana? Alana primarily does like construction work. As long as we don't get raided, we should be fine. Yeah, I think we send Alana. I need like an emergency doctor just to make sure they don't die. I'll send Ranu too. EMP and a shotgunner is probably fine. Okay. It's not ideal. 2.7 days, so they'll be gone for 3 days. So 6 days total. And at the very least, we can try to get the turrets up and running so we can have a little bit of extra defense. So we'll try that. Move this here. And that should be enough to keep people alive. Yeah, we're basically the city must survive. The colony must survive. What bullets do these use? These use 102 NATO. Do we have 20 by 102s? Let's find out. We don't. Okay, so we need 20 by 102s now. Fantastic. What are we dumping? What are we making these out of? Okay, so we have enough FSX, and so I think I can just make APHE rounds. Those are kind of my preferred option. 90% of the time, do until we have at least 200 in stock at any given time. So that should be okay. Beautiful. So say hello to our brand new turret once this thing actually finishes building it. Yeah, we gotta get that Persona core. Okay, so there's our turret. Oh my god, these things eat 500 watts of power. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, that's why we're kind of struggling electricity-wise. Yeah, that's bad. I gotta find another way, because unfortunately these generators aren't gonna be enough. We have enough wood, if I could just auto-load these, but there's just too much that needs to be slapped down together. We have enough dirt now, right? Okay, cool. While we have the dirt going, let's also try to fix the floor up, because if winter's coming, I want to try to get rid of much of this ugly floored, you know, ugly water, and replace it with proper dirt and foundation. We have 3 geothermal vents, which is not all of them on the map, but it is a good chunk of them. So there's a geothermal vent in the middle of this that I could try to grab. That'll be at least 5,000. I know there's another one out here, which I probably want to grab too. So probably what I'll end up doing is we'll extend the ranch up a few more tiles, and we'll slap a big old geothermal generator on top of this once we get a bit more advanced components, which is kind of what we're short on right now. Advanced components are kind of our limiter. Actually, wait, I can order this to just hunt down advanced components. How easy is this, actually? Can you just forever? Just forever unsuspend this. I don't like geo these nuts. I mean, you can make all these terrible jokes, but it doesn't make it any funnier. Okay, we can just think of advanced components. That's actually really funny. We don't need steel anymore. We need advanced components. Too many things. Alright. That's fine. As long as the lifters are hauling things, that's all I care about. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Our caravan was ambushed by man-hunting armadillos. A whole 2 of them. You know, I don't even want to waste bullets on this thing. Yeah, I don't even want to waste bullets. Let's have Zeopolzer deal with this. Yeah, don't waste your bullets on the armadillos. Are you actually inebriated? Why are you inebriated? That's actually kind of interesting. Anima soil. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Alright, reform the caravan. I don't really need any of this, that's fine. Take them, make sure we bring all the medicine and berries, please. Continue. Oh, I did bring a drunken wafer, so I can trade here if I'm desperate. Okay. Don't be... Oh, actually, speaking of which, we did go to a really cool bar when we were in Canada, and they had this really cool drink that was like ube based, and I was very impressed by the beverage. It was very sweet and punchy. It was very sweet and sour and tart, like a very nice, very like almost like a lemonade, but with ube as like the flavor base. I think they made some kind of like ube syrup. I got a non-alcoholic because I can't drink alcohol if I'm gonna be driving, but it was a lot of fun. It's kind of cool going to all these like weird bars that have unique drinks. The only problem is I don't like spending money, and all their drinks were like, with alcohol, were like $15 to $20 a pop, and I'm like, how do people afford going out to drink on the regular? Actually, you want to know who drinks? Ray drinks. Ray drinks a lot more than I do. She's not an alcoholic, but she does drink way more than I do, which is kind of funny. Especially if we were going out to like restaurants. Yeah, she's the drinker. I am not. Okay, yeah, light is now capped at 75%, which is very odd, as the eclipse is starting to get a little stronger. Steve's malaria should be fine. I mean, you're the one that's mentioning it, okay? If you want to be an alcoholic, you can be an alcoholic. I'm not here to judge your life choices. I made one tail. I need the arms. We can't because we don't have these advanced components to make the arms yet. I really need that fusion power. I gotta get a TFG module at some point. Okay, another turret's been built, which is great. And we have bullets being made, which these need to switch to high explosive. This one also high explosive, that should be fine. Not drunk, I'm on God. I mean, hey, listen, I'm just saying, just don't drink. I don't mind drinking alcohol, it's just I'm not much of a drinker myself. I drink on occasion, you know. Usually sweet things, or if I'm not having to drive. So like, for example, oh, in Japan, I'll drink a lot because public transportation exists. I think what's funny is you want to grab a drink during lunch. Yeah, you grabbed a cocktail while at work. I was literally with you because we were having lunch together. We were literally having lunch together, and you ordered a cocktail, and you still had to go back to work. And me, I'm just like, I'll just have a water. Yeah, Ray drinks more than I do. What does that tell you about Ray? Okay, we have all these apples. I need to turn these into booze. Okay, I also need to put some wood floor down here. Oh my goodness, I also need to put the proper ground here too. This entire thing's a mess. Okay, that should be fine. Let's get that slapped out. It says that I'm a very good boy who doesn't drink alcohol unless absolutely necessary, because I like to be healthy and in control of my facilities whenever possible. I am one of the goodest people of them all. Lightweight. I'm not a lightweight. I just don't drink that much. I'm not a lightweight. I'm pretty sure I'm not a lightweight for alcohol. Although I've never gotten drunk, and I have no intention of ever getting drunk, so I also don't know what my upper limits are. Yeah. I don't actually know what my upper limits are. I don't know what a German beer rave is. Alright, I don't know who this person is. Man in black. His name is Carnation. Alright, Carnation. It's time for you to hop in a car and get out of here. Alright, we're gonna send Carnation and no supplies to the farm upstate. Actually, before I forget, I do want to set up a outpost delivery spot, because it's mostly food, right? Let's just drop it off in here. I mean, I don't believe you're a real priest, so I don't know what you're smoking, but you're definitely not a priest. You are definitely not a priest. I can tell you that much. Oh, I just realized this lower area is missing the drip stance. We should probably put drip stance here. Perfect. This may shock you. Are you about to tell me you're actually like a priest? Like an ordained minister or something? Because that would actually be surprising. That's why I don't believe it. Okay, that's not a priest though. That's just like a pastor. To be a priest, you have to literally be part of like the Catholic Church or anything, or another religious organization that has like priests specifically. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I remember, here's a funny antecedent. Is that how you pronounce it? Funny anecdote. So when I was really young, I remember asking one of the sisters of the church, like, why do we not have female clerics? And she's like, no, that's not a thing. And I was like confused because I was playing Fire Emblem at the time, and I was like, I want to say I was like 8 or 9, and I was playing Fire Emblem, and I'm just like because you know, we have priests in Fire Emblem and they heal, and there's clerics in Fire Emblem and they heal, so it's basically like the female version of a priest, right? And then I didn't really understand how the Catholic Church operated at the time because I'm an idiotic little kid. And so apparently no, because what it is, they're sisters, obviously, like nuns, but they're not the same as like a cleric, because it's very much a fantasy type thing. No, it's okay. No, I'm well aware of the ideological differences. I'm not gonna get into it, but I have had extensive interactions with both groups. I'm not gonna get into that part either, but I have extensive interaction with both groups. I'm very, very well aware of the differences between the two. Please give me the things that I need. This thing is basically like a resource gotcha, praying that it gives us anything that we need. Anecdote. Is that how it's pronounced? Anecdote. Really? I thought it was pronounced antidote for some reason. Anecdote. I don't know if I thought it was pronounced antidote. Anecdote. Okay, got it. Just saw a meme on that a while back. Anecdote. Anecdote, not antidote. I don't know why I thought it was antidote. Me good English. I don't know how I'm this bad at English. This is my native language. I swear this is my native language. I don't speak Tagalog. I speak some Japanese, but like not very well. I think it's more just like I'll read words fast, and then I don't think of like I know what it means, but I'm not like paying attention like how it's pronounced, and then so I'll just like kind of like gloss over that part. You know what Ray said? Ray says she wants to teach the kids French for some reason. I don't know if she actually said that, but let's pretend she did. Okay, that's actually pretty accurate. If Dave, the one you sent, hear more words. No, okay. So the thing is, when I was a kid, I was a very bookish child. Like all I would do would read books. I did not do anything else but read books. Books were it. What is talking to people? I just read books all the time. That's probably like why I know how to. It's probably why I know a lot of the definitions of a lot of words and stuff like that, but I mispronounce the pronunciations of a lot of things for some reason, because I never like sounded it out. I just kind of read it in my head. And I'm like, I know what this word is. And then I say it and I'm like, oh, it's completely wrong. I didn't come out this bad. I don't know how I came out this bad. Les Miserables. No, it's Les Miserables. I can't believe this. I'm being made fun of because of my inability to apparently speak the English language correctly. It is Les Miserables. It's not Les. Yeah, it's French. I know it's French. I was joking when I said less miserables because I know that's not what it is. I mean, the literal translation is the miserables, yes, or the miserable ones. But I'm not actually this retarded. Okay, I know I know how to say it. It's foyer. It's not foyer. All right, that's your wacky Canadian French sensibilities. It's a foyer, not foyer. Apparently, I've angered people by saying that. Let's see what Google TTS says. Let's see. Translate Google. Okay, foyer.
Foyer.
See?
Foyer.
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 Now, if you say it in French, then yeah, it'll be like foyer. Like the French. Oh, here we go.
Foyer.
Foyer. Or French Canadian.
Foyer.
Foyer. But no, this is
Foyer.
the English pronunciation is foyer. The French Canadian version is foyer. So that's why both are technically correct. I say your English good whenever you mess up, or your pronunciation taps on your Chinese roots. I mean, that's perfectly fine. I can just say my Filipino roots is the reason why I say things incorrectly all the time. Just say it with the accent, and people will leave you alone when you say things incorrectly, because then you have the excuse that you not speak English very good. You speak the Tagalog, or whatever your regional dialect is. I can't believe you're rejecting the truth. People hated me because I spoke the truth. Because I spoke the truth of how you actually say it. I know how it's pronounced. I am not crazy. It is foyer. Foyer is just if you want to be... if you're either French, Canadian, or fancy. But it's foyer. Every American will call it a foyer. Okay? I'm not crazy. You can't gaslight me into this. I know this at least for a fact. I will not be made fun of. Wait, which poem? If you link the poem, I can maybe give it a look. Yeah, who has a foyer in this day and age? Foyers are for fancy people. Okay, let's see. Unfortunately, I don't speak French, so I say everything in the American way. I'm not Canadian either, so I say things in the American way anyways. Yeah, what is the poem? Okay, did you DM it to me? Alright, let's see this. The poem, okay, The Chaos is a poem demonstrating the irregularity of English spelling and pronunciation. Alright, let's all read this together so we can see if I can read the stupid poem correctly. Alright, here's the Wikipedia article. These lines are set out as the author's version, with alternate couplets indented and problematic words italicized. Dearest creature in creation, studying English pronunciation, I will teach you in my verse, sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. It will keep you sussy, busy, make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear in eye, your dress you'll tear, so shall I, oh hear my prayer. Pray, console your living poet, make my coat look new, dear, sew it. Just compare heart, beard, and herd, dyes and diet, lord and word, sword and sward, retain and Britain, mind the latter, how it's written. Maid has not the sound of bade, say, said, pay, paid, laid, but played. Now I surely will not plague you with words such as vague and ague. But be careful how you speak, say break, stake, and but bleak and streak, previous, precious, fuchsia, veer, pipe, snipe, recipe, and choir, cloven, oven, how and low, script, receipt, shoe, poem, toe. Hear me say devoid of trickery, daughter, laughter, and terpsichore. I don't think I've ever seen that word. Finally, which rhymes with enough, though, through, plow, cough, Hoff or tough? Hiccough has the sound of cup. My advice is give it up. See, I could say it. I think like I had a 99% hit rate on that one. There's like 2 words I'd never seen, so I didn't know how to pronounce them, so I just kind of took a guess. But see, I could do it. That was not that bad. See, I do have the capability to speak the English language correctly. played. I'm pretty sure I said played. Pay, paid, laid, but played. Yeah. I said it correctly, played. Wait, what? That's impossible because the word love doesn't even show up in the poem once. Yeah, the word love doesn't show up in the... There's cloven. Cloven? Cloven? See, I'm not crazy. Now I'm just being gaslighted into thinking there's words in the poem that don't even exist in the poem. What is happening here? I can't believe this. I think the word you're probably thinking of was... Oh, loving. How to pronounce played? Okay, fine. I'll look up how to pronounce played. If I've been saying it wrong my entire life, I guess so.
Plaid.
Fuck. Why is it pronounced like that? I thought it was played.
Plaid.
I hate this. I hate this. You know what? We'll just call it a regional dialect. We'll just call it a regional dialect. It's played. You can't make it's played. We'll call it the Oak dialogue, the Oak dialect. This is my. It's just every word I say incorrectly is just my personal dialect. Why should I have to change my pronunciation? I can just force the pronunciation to be real. I can rewrite reality to be whatever I want it to be. That's how it works in this. That's how it works in this stream. It's my reality. I can rewrite reality as I desire. I can't. I don't have to listen to this normal pronunciations. I am the pronunciation maker. Oh my goodness, we're running out of power so bad. Oh my goodness. I think I might need to build a few more wind turbines just to try to mitigate the power problem. The problem is there's just trees in the way. I think I don't have a choice. I think to kind of temporarily fix our power issue, I have to slam out a few of these wind turbines for now. It's not ideal and I don't want to do this, but I don't have a choice. Yeah, without the TFG module, we're kind of screwed. What about your Minecraft server is dying? Why is it dying? What'd you do? Where's the advanced wind turbine? Here we go. I think if I just put a few of these down, this might mitigate some of the power problems. Wait. Oh, I can stack them next to each other. Okay, so if I put like 5 there, that should be enough to kind of minimize this. Okay. Well, thank you for clipping that, I guess. Even though I know I'm saying things correctly, I will not be gaslit into being told that I'm not saying things correctly. I know how to say word. Word's easy. I know how to say word. Word's easy. Whoops. Ignore that. I was trying to open up my own stream on Twitch because I needed to figure out who's live right now so I can figure out who I'm gonna raid. I'll raid Sai. Alright. Me tired. Me need to get food or something and maybe get more water and maybe play more Kingdom Hearts tonight and maybe other things that are a lot more relaxed. So anyways, have a good night. Sai is playing Iron Nest, which is the thing that we're playing tomorrow, so I'm sure that'll be fun and exciting. Say hello to Sai. She's a good lass. Thank you for joining me on my return back from a week of being sick. So we'll be back tomorrow with actual Iron Nest, which was gifted to me from Alana, who, because I was not able to get a key from the game from the developers because they didn't want to give me a damn key for some reason. So I hope you're ready to hear lots of big booms and ear-shattering explosions tomorrow, because I'm expecting my ears to go completely bad after tomorrow. Anyways, good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. For this colony, I'm not quite sure how much longer we'll go, but I definitely want to see the end of the tech tree. So we'll try to at least, probably maybe after the this whole eclipse event will be the quote-unquote end of the run. That might be a good way to capstone the run. All right, good night, everyone. Enjoy your evening and say hi to Sai.